Hey everybody, Renegade 67 and or 8 with some more Face Day Night Blind. So we're hunting for all the remaining Tiger Dojos. I left off on this one last time and didn't actually get to do it all, so let's do it all. Tiger Dojo is a strange hint corner. If you'd like to beat the game by yourself, or if you'd like to keep the character's images, please be warned. That is annoying me though. I'm doing a thing to fix an internet issue I was having, and it's reloading my chat constantly, and it's starting to bug me, but I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to try. This is the time to take the advice, okay.
サクッと死んだあなたを一から鍛え直す夢のレスキューコーナータイガー道場師範藤村大河です
Hello, I am Fujimura Tiger, the instructor of the Tiger Dojo, a dreamlike rescue corner that trains people who die easily. I didn't die that easily. I only got this because I was looking for it. And I'm Ilya, keeping Tiger company out of compassion, even though I don't have to be here. Yes. What she said.
弟子1号この道場では貴様の名称は弟子1号
Senior student, your name in this dojo is senior student. All I can hear is Ichigo. Does that mean student in Japanese is Ichigo? I don't know. Actually, hold on, now I'm curious. I have to look this up now. My Japanese curiosity is getting the better of me. First, let's try English to Japanese. And see what happens if I put up, what if I say student? Gakusei. That's not Ichigo. Or what if I say Ichigo? Strawberry. I knew that. I already knew that. So how does it equal student? Is she actually saying student, or is she saying strawberry, but there's like a correlation with students? I don't know. I definitely am hearing Ichigo, but whatever. Throwing me back, the demonic sword Torishina is fearsome indeed. Alright, Torishina is mad to the weapons dictionary. Okay, so I saw a little of this before my internet died. It is funny how they add this as a fake weapon. Shina originally suggested by a prominent swordsman in Japan, Kamizumi Nobutsuna, as a weapon to be used in matches in place of real swords and wooden swords. Demosa! Leaving all such complicated stories aside, Torishina is Fujine's favorite sword of choice. Because the tiger strap with a shinai was considered bad manners, she was not permitted to enter some official tournaments. The Kendo Club members complained that her name would have been known all over Japan were it not for the shinai, but they would rather leave she stayed unknown, a demonic sword that will not rest till it tastes blood, still sealed by the Fujimura family. That sounds to me like it's a little bit, what's the term? I'm blanking. You know, chumbio, that's it. Little chumbio. Like, maybe Tiger's a bit chumbio, and that's not actually true. Just maybe. Did you hear a weird sound just now? Nope. Anyway, what's the theme this time, Tiger? The theme is, you know, Ilya killed me again. A millionth times the charm. I guess chronologically it's only second, but you know. Yes, our topic this time is about the bad endings. It's sudden, but in fate, letting your guard down equals defeat. I already do that. I'm one step ahead of you, game. Everyone basically shows no mercy, so it shows no mercy. I don't know about that. Some characters I think show a lot of mercy, especially given the slow, early parts of the game where characters aren't really, you know, fighting much. It's proper practice to save every time you reach a choice. I already do that. One step ahead of you, game. Shio's everyday life is a scramble filled with red lights.
お兄ちゃんたら好きだらけだからね。やっぱり私が守ってあげないとダメなんだから。
Oni-chan's always so unguarded. Yep, so true, but that's because he's, slightly death seeker and all that at this point. As I thought, I have to protect him. I mean, you say, even though you're the one who seems to defeat him, maybe not kill him most of the time. Maybe all the bad ends are the ones with Elia, because I only ever got the Elia ones. And dead ends are with other characters, because other characters kill him, but Elia technically doesn't? Maybe.
Chest!
What about the chest?
痛い師匠その竹刀本当に痛いでありますもっと優しい竹刀にしてください
Oh, that's good acting, I'd say, of being hurt. I mean, the game in general has good acting, but I like that one. I like the Tiger Dojos in general, but Master, that Shinai really hurts. Please use a more gentle Shinai. Yes, the demon sword. Be more gentle.
却下愛情転じて殺人に至るようなちびっこは道場3周キリキリ走れ
Request denied. A girl like you who kills out of love should run around the dojo 3 times at once. 3 times at once? How do you run on it 3 times at once? If you're running around it 3 times, that's not 1 time. You gotta give me the real talks.
へえ疲れるの反対
I'm against anything tiring. You'll just have Berserker do all the heavy lifting? Or, when Shiro becomes your Oni-chan, Shiro can do it instead, I guess.
トラスタンプが欲しくないのか
You don't want the Tiger Stamp? No, I do. It'll fill in most of my early collection. It'll only leave, 10, 11, or 12 or something, right? That I have to collect after this?
チェわかったわ走ってきます
Oh, we have to do 3 laps to get the Tiger Stamp? So, in universe, is this supposed to be, I don't, I don't think much of this is canon, but there's a canon nudge when they end up living together at the end of the pathway. And yet, the Tiger Stamp I feel is more for me, and yet she's getting it. Does that mean the real player is Elia? And she's secretly, controlling Elia, controlling Shiro, and, but she's the real, maybe. Alright, I'll go.
さて今回のシーンはあの最強ちびっこ相手に逃げようなんて思ったことよ
The cause of your death this time is considering to run away from that very dangerous kid. Yeah, it's better to stay and die, but not quite die, but almost die, than actually really die.
あの子に会ったらもう倒すか倒されるかだけ
It's kill or be killed once you meet her. Well, not later in the pathway, but sure. I mean, until later, but not later. Just later.
半端な選択は死を招くから気をつけなさい
Be careful, since a half-hearted choice will bring only death.
タイガーなんか道場の隅に猫がいるよ
Neko-chan! Is it Neko-chan again? Finally! Tiger, there's a weird cat near the dojo.
尻尾踏んで追い返しなさい
Step on its tail? That's so rude! Aren't you guys, slightly related? Isn't there some kind of relation between a tiger and a cat? Isn't a tiger kind of cat? Step on its tail and drive it off.
あと私を虎と呼ぶな
And don't call me Tiger. The name is Taiga, not Tiger. Even though in Japanese, wouldn't they come out the same? Taiga. Wouldn't they be pronounced this? I guess you could say Taiga, but I feel like they would be pronounced the same in Japanese, wouldn't they? I don't know. Unless there's some... Oh, probably in Japanese, what they actually do instead is they use the actual Japanese word for tiger to make fun of her. Because in Japanese, the English word for tiger and taiga should sound the exact same. So they probably use the actual Japanese word for tiger, which is... Wait, I want to look it up. More of my Japanese learning. Let's see here. Tiger. Tora. Tora is not quite taiga, but it's close. Still, it's different enough. I mean, taiga and tiger are already close.
はーい変な猫を追い返しました
Alright, I made it go somewhere. Oh, where'd you send off Neko-chan?
よろしいでは今回はここまで
Very well, then we are done.
物語はまだ始まったばかりこの山場を乗り越えたらようやくマスターとしての戦いが始まるような始まらない
You're kind of hinting at the slow pace of the game, huh? Slow pace of the early game? The story is just getting started. Once you get through this trouble, the battles of the master will finally start. Or maybe it won't start yet. No, it definitely won't start yet. It takes a while. There's a lot of getting into the groove first.
どっちなのよ
Which is it? I really like when she's filmed from far back and we get a nice shot of her legs. Sorry, I haven't I haven't filled my pervy quota of the day yet. You know, it's been building up because I didn't do any records or streams yesterday because of the, you know, the issues. Which are not happening yet so far in this stream, by the way. Thumbs up. We're all good so far. I guess a bit more training. Well, yes. A lot of Shiro being like, no, Saber, you can't fight because I'm sexist. Cool. So yeah, so if we go to ED list, yeah, we've got all of 1 to 9. So we need 10, 11, and 12. Before we get 10, 11, and 12, a couple things. Thing number one is, so I have an idea of where to get some of them. Like, I think the one against Caster, there's at least one more bad end I can think of there. But I do want to look into the Rin choice, which I have a continuation of here. But I want to re-look a little bit at the Rin choice when it's not different, to try to get an idea of where they're going. However, also, I want to try something. This might be futile, but this Twitch chat thing is slightly bugging me, so I actually am going to reload it. Hold on a second. I'm not going to throw up an intermission, but I am going to reload my chat. Okay, so far it has not disconnected me yet, but I don't remember how frequent it is. Maybe it's working, maybe it's not. It's Schrodinger's chat problems. Right, so here's what we're going to do. You know what? Let me get this out of the way first. I might end on the Rin thing. Let me do the one that I'm pretty confident in. Where's the choice with Caster? Because there's a choice where we're about to fight Caster, and I told Saber to stay away. There is probably a moment. It's still doing it. It's still doing the thing with the chat where, oh, that's annoying. It's still doing it. Why is it still doing it? Why did the change I made cause this problem? I don't understand. Anyways, let's set up Caster. I'm not going to worry about it. Here we go. Premonition. This is where the Caster will recall her off, because if we don't call Saber off, she dies, I believe, which would be a bad ending for sure. So let's load this up, if I'm correct. But that timing, she got it. Don't do it, Saber. Don't do it, Saber is definitely what I did last time incorrect. This one should be a bad ending. That timing, she got it. Don't be timid. We're cornering Caster. If we pull back, we might give Caster a chance to turn things around. Saber's sword moves quickly. She's already right in front of Caster, and Caster will be slashed in an instant. But it's probably going to end up showing up on the YouTube video. Hi, YouTube. Twitch problems. Thumbs up. Saber suddenly stops. Just woke up, lol. Hi, wise fool. You weren't here for the early part of the stream. So I'm trying a new thing, and the thing is working so far. I'm not dropping frames, but the new thing seems to be causing a different problem because we can't have nice things, of course. So now it's constantly reloading my chat, so it's constantly spamming the welcome to chat room message, which is annoying, but it's not as bad as, you know, my stream not working at all. So I'm taking the bad with the good for now, and hopefully I can find a way to permanently deal with that later. Saber suddenly stops. Not because of Caster's counterattack, but by her own choice. You! Face, face, face. Saber instantly tries to dodge. Oh, Wisefool just said in the chat, what, face, face, face. That's why I said it. But she's too late. So Saber noticed it, but not until... She noticed it after I noticed it. I noticed it first and pulled her away, but I didn't in this pathway. I chose not to, so she's about to die? I assume. Or is she going to get her body taken, like in the other bad ending? Saber totters as if grabbed by something, and in that instant... Ooh! New visual! A warp dagger stabs Saber in the chest. Ah yes, that fancy dagger. Is that what she uses to body change? Do we actually get to see it happen in this ending? Caster, that's a changing dagger thing that changes things. Oh no, I hate change. still bugging me. The welcome to chat room BS. It's not really fixing my concentration breaking. It's only breaking my concentration such that it's not breaking it any more than a new chat comment. But the thing is, when I get a new chat comment, it's an actual real new chat comment. This isn't a real new chat comment. It's a fake new chat comment where I'm like, who typed in chat? And then I'm like, oh, nobody typed in chat. It's the stupid issue happening again. I really got to fix that. Anyways, Caster, that is...
So, これが私の宝具よ、セイバー。
Yes, this is my noble phantasm saber.
サーバントは愚か、人間一人殺せない。何も生み出せない最弱の武器。けれどある事柄に対しては、すべてを許された寝台の免罪符。
It is the weakest weapon that cannot kill even one human nor create anything, but is indulgence from the age of gods that has forgiven anything for one You know what? I haven't had problems with spammers on my streams for a long time, so for today, I'm gonna load up a regular chat room, actually. Hold on a second. Back to the streaming. Still no issues, by the way, with the actual streaming, so I think the thing I was trying is doing its job, which is good. It's good. Good to not have the issue. Anyways, God, that has forgiven anything for one purpose.
白逃げ
Nigero, yes, we have to run because she's about to get body swapped. Saber realizes. Saber falls to her knees, even though she has taken no wound.
Saber!
Wait, what? It's still doing it? Sorry, before I can ponder this mystery, I have to look at the fact that my chat is still doing it. Are you really still doing this to me, chat room? Even when you're like that? Why? How do I fix this? What the balls? That's gonna bug me. Stop it, chat. Stop being a jerk. Stop being a jerk. With my mod powers, I'm telling you to stop. Anyways, Fate. Oh, frick. It happens right... So it is going to be the same thing. She's taking Saber's body, and we get to see it happen. The last command spell disappears from my left hand. Eh?
予定通りよ、坊や。あとは中にいる魔術師と器を回収すれば、私の勝利は揺るがない。
All is according to plan, boy. Now if I collect the Magus and the vessel inside, my victory will be assured. The Magus and the vessel. Oh, Rin is the Magus, and the vessel is Ilya? Caster's arm rises. A waver of air performed with no action hits me. Uh-oh. A wave, even. And I die. Ha! I can't stand up. My legs are twisted like a jellyfish from below and won't move.
そろそろね。
It's still happening. It's still happening. I give up then. I give up. If that's still causing it, then I don't freaking know what to do. I think it's about time.
さあ、立ちなさい、セイバー。たとえ神が罰しようと、私があなたを許してあげる。
Stand up, Saber. Even if the gods punish you, I will forgive you. It's very weird, yeah. The thing I'm doing that's solving it, it's like, it should theoretically be what's causing this, because I'm just trying it for the first time, and now this chat problem is happening for the first time, and yet I have no idea how it will cause it, or why. Like, this should only happen if my internet is dropping and reconnecting constantly. But if that was happening, my stream would be dropping. But it's not. It's doing the opposite. It's basically perfect. So, I don't get it. I don't get why. But hey, you know, it's better than my stream constantly dropping, I guess. I don't know. I guess now I really will just have to look it up after the fact. I really just wanted to try those quick solutions, and none of them worked. Success. A snicker. Snickers? I haven't had Snickers in a while. Don't think I'm a fan. Saber stands up and kills me. Yeah, I know how this is going to go because I already saw the other bad ending. She slowly walks to me with steps like those bone creatures and... swings her sword down with eyes like she's having a nightmare. At least she's here for it. So it's not a body change, it's just a mind control. I thought it was a body change because Saber wasn't... we said that Castor's presence disappeared, but I guess she must have just ran away? I wonder what her distance is for controlling. I guess it was long enough that she was able to run away?
素敵よセイバー。これであなたも私と同じ主殺しの罪を負った。
Beautiful, Saber.
これからは罪人同士仲良くこの地上を呪い殺しましょう。
Now you're the same as me. You bear the crime of killing your master. Yes, as the same criminals, let us condemn this world to its death. Castor's laughter tears my ears apart. That's bad. My body becomes a mere object with questions still unanswered. Oh no! A night like red jelly. Only the figure of Saber looking down at me with tears in her eyes. And Twitch chat constantly reminding me that I'm welcome to my own chat room. Thank you, chat room. I'm glad that I'm welcome. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a fun little way of it flashing in on me. Anyways, dead end. More Tiger Dojos. Yay. Tiger Dojos is a strange hint corner.
よし、どうやら敵は去ったようね。
Alright, it seems the enemy is gone now.
頭に歯型がかっぷりと残っちゃったよ。
I have a bite mark on my head now. From one of the skeletons?
それでは気を取り直しまして。
Well, let's pull ourselves together.
ちょっとした脇道から谷底へまっしぐら。
Let's start the rescue corner.
このままじゃ現世復帰が無理めなシロを助けるレスキューコーナー。タイガー道場、始まり。
Yes, let's Hajimari indeed. It saves Shiro, who has fallen into a pit just by getting sidetracked. The Tiger Dojo! Just by getting sidetracked? I mean, you can call it sidetracking if you want. Saber riding the lion as... Hold on, I need to move this screen over a little bit. Saber riding the lion has vacated the pre-scene for now from the last Tiger Dojo. Yeah, because last time she killed me in a dumb way. This time she's killing me in a slightly less dumb way. Or something. You know? Sorry, having to fix the thing real quick. Well, at least I'll never forget that I'm welcome to my own chat room. I meant in the last Tiger Dojo, Chibi Saber went around killing Taiga and Lilia. That's correct. At least she's not in this one. You're right. So she only killed Shiro. That's good. That's good. As long as it's just Shiro who dies, I'm good. Because Shiro's the worst character. Who has fallen into a pit just by getting sidetracked.
はーい。けどタイガー、今回のデッドエンド、さっきのデッドとあまり変わらないわ。
It's slightly different. But Taiga, this dead end isn't much different from the last one.
こっちもセイバーが暴走して、シローがバッサリ殺されたエンドよね。
Shiro goes berserk and kills Shiro in this end too, right?
そうね。けどさっきのとは少し違うっていうか、今回はシローが頑張れば防げたデッドエンドだからな。責任はセイバーちゃん一人にないような。
Yeah, but this one's a bit different as you could have prevented it with a little more work on Shiro's side. I don't think it's all Saber-chan's fault, unlike the last one.
はあ、そういえばセイバー。
No, Saber isn't here. Guess she doesn't need to be as embarrassed like last time.
うん。責任が半々なら落ち込むことはないみたい。
It seems she doesn't get depressed if the fault isn't all hers. Well, at least we got number 13 already. Where the fault is definitely hers.
そんなわけで、今回は安心してタイガー道場を運営できます。
We're able to hold the Tiger Dojo with no worries this time. Alright, nice, we win.
そうね。けど今回は言うべきことはないかな。
Yeah, but there's nothing much to say this time.
こういう微妙な選択肢はこれでおしまい。物語もいよいよ山場だから、しっかりしないと正しいエンディングに行けなくなるよ、シロ。
I suppose. I mean, there isn't really much to say in any of them, though, because it's just choose the other choice until the 13th one. There won't be any more tricky choices like this. Was this a tricky choice? The story is nearing its climax, so you have to get it together or you won't be able to get the real ending.
キャスターさえ倒せば、いよいよ敵はあと一人。
Spoilers? There'll only be one more enemy after defeating Castor. I mean, I guess we technically knew that. Well, we would think it's Lancer. So she's like, kind of lying because there's two. Lancer and Archie, but anyways.
勝って兜の尾を締めよ。ピンチの次にチャンスあり。気を抜かずに戦うべしっす。おっす。
There will only be one more enemy to defeat and capture. Act together and win. There will be a chance after a crisis. You fight without letting your guard down. Osu. Osu. Os.
はい、よくできました。
Well done.
それじゃあまた次のタイガー道場で待ってるよ。
Waiting in the next Tiger Dojo.
またねシロ
See you, Shiro. See you soon. Because, yes, I only have 2 more left to get at this point. 11 and 12. So, do we go for those first, or do we try to figure out the Rin thing? I'll go for them first. We'll finish off the stream with the Rin thing, I think. This is awkward. This is awkward because, like, I already said, if you've been following me on Discord, that I was going to record the Dinger Number 3 post-game, but, like, now I'm doing this to make sure my internet's working, but now I'm kind of having a chat room problem, which is exactly what I don't need. So, I don't know. My internet is not having issues, but at the same time, my chat room, why? That's gonna drive me crazy. Anyways, I could theoretically get used to it, but I wouldn't want to. Anyways, what are we doing? Right, I want to try to see if I can nail all these bad endings like a smart person. There are some choices, right? Okay, yeah, so we just did this one. There's no choices here at all. One has to be giving up at the Gill Fight, and the other is getting home when encountering the basement. That sounds about right. Because here's a Gill Fight. Versus Gilgamesh, what I want to protect. Big choice time. Let's try it. Stand up, don't stand up. Definitely, I believe we stood up last time because we were using our full Shiro bullshit powers. So we're not going to stand up this time. Ellipses dash. The laughing voice approaches me. I don't think we've gotten a Gilgamesh bad ending yet, have we? I don't think so. As soon as I put my hands down to get up, lightning runs through my spine. Every fiber inside my body is telling me I can't fight anymore. Dash, dash, dash. I can't get up. Even if I do get up, I can't beat the guy with my body like this. As soon as I admit that, my body stops trying to stay alive. The power that was protecting Emi Ashiro up to now starts to fade. Oh no! Because your willpower fades, Shiro. Because I kind of chose for it to fade. Is that it? Is it just a quick little ending like that? Oh, my conscious cloud's up. That's so quick and easy. It's all. I feel like when they're this quick and easy, they're pointless. With my dying mind, my life ends as well. I feel like when they're this quick and easy, I'm not a fan. Like, have a little more juice if you choose the wrong choice. Like, the caster ones, those are interesting and juicy. But this is really boring. Is this all there is to it? What a lame dead end. Give me some more juice to my bad ends, please. Alright. At least the Tiger Dojo's funny. The Tiger Dojo's at least funny. This looks new and interesting. Shiro from the... Oh, okay. You? That sounded like Ilya. Confirmed that willpower is Avalon powering up. And he would have his most willpower with Saber and all that. Makes sense. Oh, and you punched me, Ilya, no! But why? That was great. 203 chain, marvelous.
シロのおバカカンターレ
Dumbass Contair? Contair? Because it was such an easy choice. It was an easy choice to see you again, Ilya, by taking the Tiger Dojo wrong choice. This is a different look. I like it a lot.
信じられないであります。まさかこのタイガー道場にやってくるヘビーゲーマーがいるなんて。
Yep, I chose to. I can't believe this. I can't believe anyone could be such an insane gamer that they'd come to this Tiger Dojo. Oh!
っていうか、こんなとこに来ちゃダメなんだから。
You shouldn't be here.
早くあの金ピカをやっつけて、セイバーをちゃんと守ってあげないと怒っちゃうんだから。
Oh yeah, because you have a grudge against the gold guy since, you know, you didn't know who he was and all that, and he freaked you out. Beat that Goldie quickly and protect Saber, I'm gonna get mad!
それでいいのか、ブルマ。
Is that okay, Buruma? Again with your Buruma insult. Right, you're calling her Buruma because Buruma means, like, underwear, like Bulma, and you're talking about because she's wearing her underwear as her part of her gym clothes, giggity, that's why you're using the insult. Right.
あ、チース先輩。
Hi, senpai!
まあ、本当は悔しいけど、
It's a bit vexing, to be honest. Oh, they're gonna talk about how Shiro being the cybersexual, they're not fans. I agree. The best ending was still being me being turned into Ilya's familiar.
ここまで来たらちゃんとかっこいいとこ見せてほしいかなって。
Oh, good on Ilya then. Also, she's learned to kind of accept Saber, I think, after that one part where, you know, Ilya's like, normally I don't let people get close to me, but you're okay, Saber. So that was kind of cute. And how she said that she would take on Saber if anything bad happened to Shiro. I mean, you know, she might have been too busy being a cup at that point, but makes sense post-story Ilya would call Ren senpai. Yeah, I suppose. Oh, cool, things have gone this far. Fu indeed.
道場はここでおしまい。
Rin jumps in, then she's just gone. This Tojo is done. Where's Taiga? Is Taiga not even gonna be in the Tiger Dojo?
早く選択肢に戻ってパパーっと決着つけちゃいなさい、シロ。
Did you say Papa? Quickly go back to the choice and beat him, Shiro. Oh, you mean like Papa? Like you're gonna Papa, like hit him? Because it sounded like you were saying Papa. There was no Taiga in that Tiger Dojo. What? Does it even count as a Tiger Dojo if there's no Taiga? Okay. Alright. So then after that, to the church. Right, that was the only time. Because initially we fought Gilgamesh, she ran away. Right, so this is I mustn't run away. So, of course, let's run away. My neck stiffens. We gotta go home. I look away from the darkness leading underground. I run, suppressing my raging heart. We gotta be cowards. I can't stay here another second. I want to get out of this building as fast as I can. This place is bad. Yabai. It's been bad for a long time. This church is a terrible place for Emiya Shiro. You're still ignoring the truth, Shiro. You know it's terrible and you're going the other way. I mean, I chose to do the bad choice, but you know. I should never have entered this building nor met that priest. Oh, he's reached full peak ignore truth mode. I reached the chapel. This empty house of God is ominous. Heavy breathing. I run while looking behind me. I'm almost at the exit. There's no one behind me. That's not even red text, it's black now. There's definitely no one behind me. Don't worry about it, keep ignoring. Ignore as hard as you can. There's no one behind me. Is Lance gonna stab you through the back? Probably. That might be a little bit too much of a giveaway. Maybe Kirei will stab you from the back. That's also a giveaway. Who kills me in this ending then? There's no one behind me. I leave the church. I run without turning back. Maybe we get out of the church and get killed by Archer outside of the church? What did I fear? And what was I trying not to see? You know, Shiro, you know. The unease in my back remains. Oh, you actually get all the way to the house.
シロ、一人でどこに行っていたのですか?
I did not expect that. Okay, how long does this go for then? Shiro, where have you been all by yourself? Dash dash. As soon as I get home, I'm surprised. Saber's standing at the entrance.
ただいま、セイバー。
I'm home, Saber.
ただいまではありません。一人で外に出るなと何度言ったらわかるのです。あなたは。
It is not I'm home. How many times do I have to tell you not to go outside by yourself? For next time, if this chat issue persists, one option I do have is I could load up the chat on another monitor, which I don't normally do for these streams because it's convenient just having it all on one monitor. It works. But, you know, if my chat is going to be a douche, I could load up my other monitor, I suppose, which is slightly inconvenient, but I think I can make it work. It's a little weird space-wise, and it's more convenient having it all be on one screen so I can, like, look at the game and then look a little to the right and see the chat. But I think I could finagle it. I might mess around with that tonight or tomorrow morning if this problem keeps happening, and it looks like it's gonna keep happening. It sucks when it just sucks. It sucks that I have a solution and it seems like the solution's working, and this solution caused a different problem. I hate it. Anyways, don't go outside. You'll die. I'd say it's at least good that if this problem was going to happen, it's happening during like slight mid-between playthrough shenanigans rather than, you know, during a playthrough. So that's nice at least. That's right. Sorry. I'll be more careful next time.
次などありません。今度という今度は本気で怒りました。シロ、外出の理由を教えてください。
There will not be a next time. I'm really angry this time, Shiro, because you love me. Tell me a reason for going out. Right, because we just had our not sex. We just slept together the last night. That's what was happening. Right.
昨日の傷も癒えきっていない。いつギルガメッシュが襲ってくるかもわからない状況で、どうして私を困らせるのです。
Why are you causing me trouble when your wounds from yesterday are not healed and when Gilgamesh could attack at any second? Saber glares sharply at me. But...
教会に行ってきたんだ。あの神父からギルガメッシュの弱点でも聞ければいいと思って。
I went to the church. I thought it'd be beneficial if we could ask the priest about Gilgamesh's weakness or something. Did Rin still find out about the thing and tell us? Theoretically, this would be good for strategy, and yet somehow it still leads to a bad end. Funny how that works out.
教会ですか。しかし、どうして今になって。
The church, but why now? To confront my inner demons. But I didn't. I ran away like a pussy.
前に相談したんだ。監督役のあいつなら前回から残っているサーバントをどうにかできるかもしれないって。
Saber's gonna know they still have a connection. Well, she could at least assume as much. I consulted him before. As a supervisor, I thought he might be able to do something about a servant that's still here after the last war.
けど無駄だったし、失敗した。
But it was useless. I failed.
確かに怒られて当然だ。俺にはセイバーがいるんだから、ちゃんと二人で教会に行けばよかったんだ。
I guess it's only natural for you to yell at me. I have you, so we should have gone to the church together. I lower my head once more in apology. Aww.
分かってもらえれば、私は別に。
Aw, that's so cute how they're so close now. This is before the realization, though, when they're like, we have to not undo everything. Which means it's gonna be sad because, like, I don't know if there's, like, a perfectly perfect true ending where I still get with Saber or something, but, like, if each ending is a girl, assumedly, like, there's a Rin ending, and then it might be, like, a Sakura ending and not an Ilya ending, that would bum me out a little bit because Ilya's best girl. But she gets the Tiger Dojos, so that's why I'm sort of leaning towards maybe there is no Ilya ending as much as that would pain me. If that's true, though, I'm assuming in the other endings, like, you know, Sakura or Rin wouldn't have to die or disappear in those endings, theoretically. So, it just feels like it would be... I would feel bad for Saber if hers was the only one that's bittersweet in that sense, where the other ones you get to live happily ever after with the girl of your choice. So it's just something I've been thinking about, that it'll be, you know, I'll feel bad for her if that's the case. But, I mean, I feel bad regardless in this pathway, but I'd feel less bad if those end up being bittersweet too and they, like, somehow get separated as well. In the Rin ending, Rin actually dies. And she does actually kill herself after Shinji dies in the Sakura ending, of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, if that happens, I'll feel less bad, because then they're all bittersweet. I'm just saying that if she's the only one that doesn't get to have the happy ending with Shiro in her pathway, then I'll feel, you know, bad for her in that sense. Ugh. If you understand, it's fine. Saber withdraws her threatening attitude instantly. That's right. Saber was really mad at my stupidity, but she's soft enough to forgive me. If I'm not conceited, it's like her resentment at being left alone was canceled just by having me come home. Yep.
そうですね。シローが反省しているのなら、この件は不問に処します。
That is true. If you get your actions,
少々大人げなかったようです。
I'll overlook this case. It seems I did not act maturely. I love that face that she puts on. That's such a dare face. I like it.
そんなことないけど、セイバー、俺のことを待っててくれたんだろ。正直、 それで助かった。玄関で怒鳴られた時、ようやく不安が取れてくれて。
That's not true. You were waiting for me, right, Saber? Honestly, that really helped me out. My anxiety finally went away when you yelled at me. That's a weird relationship.
私に怒鳴られて助かったのですか？
You were helped by my yelling? I guess that means Shiro likes the forceful women in his life. Which is interesting because Saber you'd think would be unforceful. I guess when it comes to Shiro, she has been starting to get more forceful lately because of the sexualness. But when he was first getting into her character, she wasn't exactly very forceful, except when in a fight, I guess. And she was forceful in the sense of telling Shiro, no, I'm gonna fight, not you, you idiot. But otherwise.
セイバーのところに帰ってきてよかったって。心底ほっ
Oh,
とした。
still in that Saber sex mode. I was really relieved knowing that I could come back to you.
No.
What? The blush. Yes, I'm happy to be back. I'm able to see Saber again. If I'd gone down those stairs, I feel like I would have never returned. That is factually untrue. Thinking about it, I think that choice is a good one. It's going to lead to a bad ending, though, so oh well.
シロ、ランサーと協力するのはどうでしょうか？
Huh. Peak saber-sexual Shiro. Huh, how long is this going to go on for? Also, that's a very interesting... Shiro, how about we cooperate with Lancer? What an odd thing to bring up. I guess I get it. He's the last enemy servant. You kind of want to get rid of the, annoying third wheel. And Lancer, in-universe, does not know about this other servant. But trying to set up a secret meeting with him will just get us killed because Kirei would hide information from him and then sick him at us, probably. How about we cooperate with Lancer?
セイバー、今なんて言った？
Saber, what did you say? Yeah, she was originally all against cooperating. Like, in the early game, she's like, we cannot cooperate with anyone. She didn't even want to cooperate with Rin. She was a lot more hardcore when she first just showed up. Probably because, you know, still feeling salty from Fate Zero, given that no time passed for her because of the way she works. But it's past 2 in the afternoon. I look at Saber over the slightly belated lunch table.
ですから、ランサーと協力するのです。ギルガメッシュは聖杯戦争のルール外の存在だ。ランサーにとっても見過ごせない相手でしょうから、条件さえ揃えば問題なく共闘してくれる。
I said we should cooperate with Lancer. Gilgamesh exists outside the rules of the Holy Grail War. Lancer will not be able to look him as well. So we should be willing to cooperate with us if the conditions are right.
敵の敵は味方ってことか。
I mean, the enemy's enemy is our ally?
はい。見返りがあるのなら、一時的に味方になってくれるでしょう。
If some collateral were provided, he should ally with us temporarily. What would the collateral be? Alliance with Lancer, huh? There certainly might be no other way. But I mean, it would be one of those things where as soon as you beat Gilgamesh, you'd then have to turn on each other in theory. It'll never get to that point. Kirei's probably going to backstab us the moment we try an alliance because we don't realize that Lancer is the servant, which means where's Rin? Because Rin was the one who gave us that important information, which led Saber to that conclusion. So where is she in this, and how long does it take for her to theoretically give this information to Saber? Maybe she never gets to that point because Kirei ambushes her because he's not busy in the basement, but aren't they distanced apart by a certain amount? I don't know. We can't match Gilgamesh by ourselves. But if Saber and Lancer can cooperate, we should be able to come up with some measures.
そうだな。ランサーが協力してくれるかはわからないが、話を
It'll
持ち
hurt.
かけてみる分には。
It'll hurt really bad and you'll die. I don't know if Lancer will ally with us, but it won't hurt to ask him.
となると、問題は。
Then the problem would be...
はい。いかにランサーと接触するかですね。
how to find Lancer.
ランサーはあの夜以来現れませんし、彼のマスターも未だ不明です。残り2人となったこの状況で、いつまでも生還しているとは思えないのですが。
Lancer has not appeared since that night, and his master is still unknown. I did not think he would stay quiet when there are only 2 of us left. Indeed.
だよな。なのに出てこないってことは、セイバーとの一騎打ちにおじけづいてるとか。
Yeah, but he's not coming out. So does that mean he's scared to fight you one-on-one?
まさか。ランサーは気持ちのいい英霊です。私との一騎打ちを喜びこそすれ、嫌がるとは思えない。
Of course not. Lancer is a worthy hero. He'd be happy to fight me and certainly not reluctant. But unfortunately, he's got a master that's being a jerk about it.
にもかかわらず現れないということは何か事情があるのかもしれませんね。
But he has still not appeared, so perhaps he has a reason, some reason not to. We both cross our arms and do some thonking.
朝から妙に息が合ってるのね、二人とも。
You guys are rather well matched this morning. What about you, Ren? You're gonna give us some important information? Because if she tells us about this beforehand, then we should already be able to... Because Saber already put 2 and 2 together at this point, so there's no reason that she wouldn't already have this information, right? Would there be a reason she wouldn't tell us? Maybe because if Shiro's here, then she's not worried for my safety and not inclined to give us information when she's still worried about Shiro being some kind of weird super demon that we saw from the other pathway, that she was worried about me to some extent. And I still think there's some super demon stuff with him beyond him having the magical sheath inside of him. I think there's more to it than that. But, I don't know. Oh, slightly peeks into the screen. Tosaka!
リン、いつからそこに？
Rin, how long have you been there? We were so into each other's zones that we didn't notice. Hubba, hubba, hubba. We're both surprised at the same time.
さっきからずっと。
For some time now. Okay.
セイバーは白。白はセイバーしか見てないもんだからさ。バカらしくなって黙ってたの。
Shiro's only watching Saber, and Saber's only watching Shiro. I felt stupid, so I just kept quiet. Okay.
いい判断でしょ？せっかくいい雰囲気なんだから、二人の中を邪魔しちゃ悪いし。
Wasn't that the right choice? You guys had such a good atmosphere going, I couldn't intrude on you.
リン、私とシローはサーバントとマスターであって、
Rin,
決してそのような。
we're servant and master. Such things are exactly what's on your mind because you're in peak Saber Shirosexualness. Peak. The peak of all peaks. It's exactly what you're thinking about at all times, 24/7.
はいはい。そういうことにしといてあげる。
Fine, fine, I'll say you're right. I mean, Saber, we didn't see her on peak Shirosexual for very long, to be honest. Shiro's been in the Saber-sexual for a long time. But Saber in Shirosexualness, like I feel like this is the most we've seen her of being the Shirosexual, so.
それよりさっきの話だけど、ランサーと協力するっていうのは私も賛成よ。
We.
あの金ピカがかの英雄王なら、それぐらいしないと賞賛なんてないし。
As if she still considers herself part of our team. As if we still have one. As if our alliance is still ongoing, even with Archer out. Technically, I suppose she still has command seals, or... No, when you lose your servant, you lose your command... I don't know, I guess technically she's still a Magus, so she can steal command seals from someone else, or partner with a different servant. Whatever. Get out of here, Rin. We don't want you. Unless you give us some useful information about Lancer, which you should, theoretically, because there's no reason you would have it in the other pathway and not in this one. About what you two are talking about, I agree that we should cooperate with Lancer. If that Goldie is the king of heroes, we would need to do that to even have a chance of beating him. Whoa! Whoops. Accidental right click. I don't know how long she's been listening, but Tosaka understands the situation as if she's a smart cookie who pays attention. It seems while we were eating, she's heard that the true identity of Archer is Gilgamesh, and that his noble phantasm exceeds that of Sabers.
そんなわけなんで、一旦家に戻る。
Oh no.
私用の武器とランサーをおびき出す準備。それに、イリアの薬も調合してこないといけないから。
Sure. So I'll go home for a while. I need to get a weapon, get ready to lure Lancer out, and prepare some medicine for Ilya. Are you gonna tell us about the Lancer thing? I assume you already know about that. I'd be surprised if you didn't know about that. Maybe you're not gonna tell us because Shiro's not in danger and you like to keep things to yourself unless you don't have to, which I understand from your perspective, but also fuck you! You're killing us by not telling us about the Lancer thing. Lure out Lancer. Grumble, grumble.
イリアの薬?
What weapon, Rin? Oh, is it the knife? That's right, the knife that I used to, fuck up Kirei in the other pathway? More trump cards. It's probably just the knife, right? That she would be getting, that she then gives to me. But then that assumes that she goes home anyways in the other pathway to get that knife, so... Medicine for Ilya?
トサカ、イリアがどうかしたのか?
That's right. Rin lied and said that Ilya was fine, but she was never fine. They say that you're fine, but you're not fine. Tosak, is something wrong with Ilya?
別に昨日から変わってないわ。呼吸は安定してるし、熱も下がってる。
Dirty liar.
今のところはただ元気がないだけよ。
Nothing. Her condition hasn't changed since yesterday. Her breathing is stable and her fever is down. She just doesn't have any energy right now.
ま、お腹が減ったら起きてくるだろうから。そうしたら美味しいものでも作ってあげて。
That's never gonna happen. You're a liar. You're gonna go try and fight Lance yourself and not get me involved or some shit, right? Because you know that she's never gonna get up. So how long... What? Well, she should wake up and wander in when she gets hungry. So cook her something good when she does. Cook her something good. I mean, I'll cook her something good. But how will she wander in if she's still pooped? Isn't it that you're lying and she's still pooped? So she'll never wander in because she's still pooped. Which means this is just a short-term plan where you know you don't want us to get involved with the Lancer because you're worried about our relationship or something. So you're going to go fight Lancer yourself like an idiot. Or maybe you figured out that it's Kirei off-screen or something somehow. Even though I don't think you did, because if you did, then Saber would have... Saber figured it out before you. Maybe in this you had time to ponder and you figured it out first. And now you're going to go try to fight Kirei yourself and get killed? And then that's going to lead to us getting killed? She puts down her empty bowl. Tosaka was nonchalantly eating lunch too.
じゃあね。夕食までに戻るから、それまでおとなしくしてるのよ。
See, I'll be back by dinner time. Don't do anything until then. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to die off screen in that case. After Tosaka goes home, Saber and I do nothing and just stare at the clock. Ellipses. Ellipses. For some reason, the living room is tense.
シロ。
It's because you guys wanna fuck. Shiro.
お茶のおかわりいるか?
You wanna fuck some? You want some tea, Saber? She blushes so hard. We raise our heads at the same time and freeze as soon as our eyes meet. Just make out already. At least make out in a bad ending. I guess you did make out a little bit before you had your sleep session, but it was like, wasn't it just like one kiss? Go a little harder, come on. It's a bad ending. No one's gonna know. And this timeline will be erased from existence and only be acknowledged because of the Tiger stamp. Freeze as soon as our eyes meet.
何かな、セイバー。用があるなら言ってくれ。
What is it, Saber? If you want to say something, say it.
いえ、そう、お茶のおかわりをお願いします。
No, yes, some more tea, please.
わかった。すぐ入れてくる。
All right, I'll go and prepare some tea right away. An hour passes in this way. If we're not doing anything else, I should be being taught some sword techniques or be resting. Yeah, but you're too giddy. Neither Saber nor I mentioned that. Nope, you can't do sword training when you're too focused on the D. She's focused on the D, you're focused on the D's. I know myself that I'm acting strangely. I know, but I want to be with Saber like this for now. It's all you'll get. No matter how awkward and nervous I am, and even though this is the 10th cup of tea, I still want to watch her face. Whoopsies. Oh, someone's at the door. Oh, boy. And then, when I stand up to go to the kitchen, the doorbell rings. Oh, boy, I wonder who it is. It's probably Kirei. Or, it could be like Archer or something.
客? こんな時に。
A guest? At a time like this? Oh shit, intense music. Who's come to kill us? Probably Lancer. That might be the best way to avoid spoilers. Because we said we were going to do a deal with Lancer, and she went out to prepare some things for Lancer, and now Lancer's coming because she probably went out to actually confront Kirei. Kirei killed her, and then sent Lancer to get Ilya, maybe? Sakura's the only one who might ring that doorbell, but she won't come here until my cooperation with Tosaka is over. She said a week. She said a week, and it's been more than a week. Not by much, but a little bit. So technically, you're factually wrong. Fujine is undergoing medical care at her house as well, and it's not like I associate much with my neighbors.
シロ。
Indeed, that is my name.
一緒に来てくれ、セイバー。 何かあったら大将頼む。
Come with me, Saber. If something happens, I'll let you deal with it. But it'll probably be me that gets dealt with.
はい。シローの身は私が必ず。
Aw, that smile. Yes, I shall protect you no matter what. You're probably not going to actually end up protecting me because you're going to be too busy focused on how hot I am that you won't be noticing how cold I get when I die. But how will I...
どなたですか?
How will I die when I'm focusing on Saber's booty? And, you know, won't that give me max willpower? Maybe in the wrong direction. Maybe in the wrong direction. Who is it? I call out, still keeping the door closed.
教会のものだが、頼まれていた調査の結果を知らせに来た。
Oh, he comes to me. Interesting. So he's just gonna kill me. Isn't that a little too telling? I mean, I guess we already knew from the choice that Kirei was doing something funky, so I suppose it's fine for it to happen this way. I'm from the church. I have come to inform you of the results of the investigation you requested. Dash, dash, dash. My breathing stops for a second. The guy on the other side of the door is the guy I went to see this morning.
シロー、どうしたのです？顔色が悪いようですが。
Sure, what's wrong? You seem pale. Wouldn't you be pale, Saber? You haven't met this guy at all, right? Or did you? Because you avoided him in our first meeting when we first went to the church. And then, I don't think you were there during our second meeting. I could be wrong, but I feel like you've been avoiding this guy the whole time. So wouldn't you be a little like, wow, I'm gonna run into him for the first time? Just a little surprised.
いや、大丈夫だ。セイバー、開けていいか。セイバーが嫌なら、こいつには帰ってもらう。
No, I'm fine. Can I open the door, Saber? I'll send him away if you don't want him to come in. On the first night we met, Saber did not want to enter the church. Indeed. I remember that, so I checked with her. Mm-hmm.
構いません。シローの判断に従います。
I do not mind. I shall abide by your decision. I answer her with a nod and open the door.
随分と時間を取ったな。何か私に会いたくない理由でもあったかね。
You took quite some time. Are you for some reason unwilling to see me, Emiyashiro?
別にない。わざわざ出向いてくれるとは思ってなかったんで、驚いただけだ。話があるんだろ。
No, I was
とりあえ
just
ず
surprised.
話してくれ。
Since I didn't think you'd come to see me. You have something to talk about, right? Come in. Yes, I want to tell you that you're going to die now. Oh no! I pull back and try to lead Kotomine into the living room. But...
いや、立ち話でよかろう。分かったことはわずかでな。話はすぐに済む。
In that case, why even do I need to let you in the first place? You could just talk at me through the door. I suppose, though, you didn't know I was at the door until I answered the door. That's fair. We can talk here standing. I've discovered only a bit, so the conversation should be quick. The priest pulls back and tries to leave the hall.
どこ行くんだ、琴峰。
Where are you going, Kotomine?
言っただろう。立ち話をすると。だが、そこのサーバントがいてはできん。
Yep.
そのように殺気を放たれては。
Saber be giving her the evil eye. Him the evil eye. For fairly obvious reasons. So I could see why he'd want her to go away. I told you we shall speak standing up. I mean, we could speak sitting down, but you know, whatever. But I cannot do so with that servant standing there. If she threatens me like that, I prefer to value my life. But the second she goes away, you're gonna shank me, right? I mean, in that case, though, Saber would come at you, but then you'd have Gilgamesh come out of nowhere and protect you or something. I don't know. You do have command spells. Like, you never really used them, but you technically should have them from the master you stole them from. You should have at least one left, technically. But could you use that on Gilgamesh? I suppose you could just use it on Lancer. That's true. That's fair. And Rin is totally dead off screen. You just know it. Ellipses, question mark. I turn back to Saber, who is behind me.
セイバー。
Oh, yup, she's glaring. I mean, Saber, you knew this was coming, right? You knew who this was. You knew why you didn't want to go into the church, didn't you? I guess it's just an instinctual glare. Kotomine is right. Saber's admitting a terrible murderous intent that even makes me pale.
前回のマスターが何の用です？あなたはキリツグに撃ち殺されたと記憶していますが。
Wait, didn't you already know? What are you talking about? Didn't she not go into the church because she knew Kotomine was... I guess she didn't, technically. I guess she wouldn't have seen. Maybe she just knew that Kirei used to work there and decided she didn't want to go into the church because of that? I thought for sure she knew. Oh, okay. What is the master from the last war doing here? I remember the Kiritsugu shot and killed you. I remember him very distinctly not killing him, but okay. Also, I thought you weren't there. I do not remember you being there to see it happen. Also, dead orphan vibes. What, is that why she didn't go in the church? She could just sense the dead orphans and didn't want to get anywhere near the fugly priest, but didn't realize it was Kirei? I thought that was the whole point, is that she realized it was Kirei and didn't want to get anywhere near him. She wanted to be like, I want to keep my past in the past. But that makes more sense from the perspective of a Saber that actually lived through the 10-year gap. But she didn't. It was instantaneous for her. So she would be more instantly vendetful, I guess. Huh. So she just didn't know that it was Kirei. I did not realize that she didn't know it was Kirei. Interesting. I thought that she knew, and that's why she didn't want to at all get involved. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I also thought you were not around when Kiritsugu and Kirei had their fight. But, you know, it could also be, you know, Fate Zero fucking things up because it's such a bad novel or whatever. Anime adaptation. I remember that Kiritsugu got shot and killed you. I remember Kiritsugu got shot. I mean, you can do two things. You can get shot and kill someone.
確かにな。マスターを放棄し、両手を上げたところで背後から撃ち抜かれた。私に神の加護がなければ、あのまま死んでいただろう。
I don't remember this, but I'll take your word that it happened. Certainly, when I abandoned my rights as a master and raised my hands, he shot me from the back. If I did not have God's divine protection, I would have died then. I can rant for a few hours on how Fate Zero is a bad prequel. I don't care if it's a bad prequel. It's a good product. I liked it. It was all good and stuff. I don't, you know, screw you in your, it's a bad prequel because it, whatever. I like it. It's good. So, you know what? Any inconsistencies, I'll just say that this is a slightly alternate universe to the one we saw in Fate Zero that leads to similar but not exactly the same events. So, shut up. It's a good prequel. Fight me. It's a good product. Maybe it's a bad prequel, but it's good at being a thing, even if it's bad at being a... Shut up.
だがそれがどうしたのだ。お前にとっては先日の話だろうが、私にとっては10年前の過去に過ぎ。
Kirei knows the time lapse for her?
ここで蒸し返すとでも言うのか。
But what of it? It must be like yesterday for you. Well, it would be like at least 15 days ago, because we're on day 15, so it'd be like 15 days. But anyways, but it happened 10 years ago for me. Are you going to bring up a fight that has already ended? Dash, 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 dash. Saber's murderous intent doesn't weaken at all.
Saber, 琴峰の言う通りだ。今は前回の戦いを忘れてくれ。
Saber is right. Forget about the last war for now. He's the prompter in this one. He can't be fucking things up. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
シロですが、この男は油断なりません。キリツグは真っ先にこの神父を標的にした。それはこの男が何より優先して倒すべき敵だったからです。
Shiro, but this man cannot be taken lightly. Kiritsugu targeted this priest before any other enemy because he was an enemy who had to be defeated before anything else. So, are you telling me that if you'd come into that church the initial night, we could have just frickin' taken out Kirei, kicked his ass? I mean, to be fair, Lancer was probably hiding somewhere, maybe even Gilly too. But, you know, you tell him if we came in, we could have escalated to the climax right away. Then narratively, it's probably a good thing we didn't. But, in universe, we could have really amped things up. I don't know.
光栄だな。最後まで残ったお前たちにそう言わしめたのなら、私も捨てたものではない。
That is an honor. If the ones that survive to the end say that to me, perhaps I am not that bad. But what information do you have on your former partner? Saber's gonna ask. Dun dun dun. Wait, if Saber knows that Archer won the last war and that's how he became corporeal, then shouldn't she know that Kirei won? How would Archer... What? Did she think that Kiritsugu abandoned Saber and joined up with Archer for Archer to... I feel like she knew Kirei lived. I don't know. I feel like attacking the Observer would mean the rest of the Masters would just team up and kill you. In theory, but he's secretly a Master because he's a cheating dirtball. But, you know.
そのような減らず口をよくも。
How can you talk so impudently? The air tenses. Crap. Yabai. If things go like this, I really won't be able to stop Saber.
待ってくれセイバー。琴峰にはギルガメシュについて調べてもらっていたんだ。もうあいつの正体は判明したけど、それ以外は謎のままだろ。
Hold on, Saber. I had Kotomine investigate Gilgamesh. We already know his true identity, but everything else about him is a mystery, right? Well, not completely. Is Saber gonna fill that in for us?
今は少しでもあいつを知る必要があるんじゃないのか。
Don't we need to know as much as we can about him now?
それはそうですが。
That's true, but...
私はどちらでもいいぞ。そう役に立つ話ではないかもしれん。
I do not mind either way. It might not be that useful. I'll decide if it's useful. Tell me the info. Spit it out.
それに、私とて思うところがないわけではない。
And it's not like I have no feelings. You're hurting them, by the way. I'm hurt.
かつてこの胸を打ち抜いた男のサーバントに、ここまでぶしつけな殺気を向けられては気分が悪い。まだ未熟ゆえ、神父として振る舞うことができなくなりそうだ。
I feel bad getting such rude pressure from the servant of the man who shot me. As I am inexperienced, I might not be able to act as a priest should in this situation. You've tarnished my neutrality. That means when I kill you, it's your fault, not mine.
それは私とて同じだ。かつての敵に心を許すことなどない。
That goes the same for me as well. I will not trust an old enemy. The two glare at each other. Intense. This isn't good. Things won't get anywhere like this.
セイバー、下がっていてくれ。琴峰の話を聞く。
Saber, stay back. I'm gonna talk to Kotomine.
シロ、いけない。この男は危険だ。話を聞くのなら私も。
Shiro, no, this man is dangerous. If you're to talk with him, I will also... You should stay with me, but, you know, if you're gonna be given these many glares, I think I have to side with Kirei on this one. I mean, not really, but that's only because I know where this leads. However, you know, if you didn't do the glares, we wouldn't have to do the... alone. I wanted to rhyme with glares, but I failed. We wouldn't have to walk somewhere else on the stairs of life.
ああ、けど気持ちはわかるが、俺だってマスターの端くれだ。もし何かあってもすぐにはやられないし。
Death
セイバーだって
flags.
何かあったらすぐ来てくれるだろう。
I know how you
危ないことな
feel,
んて起こらないよ。
but I'm a master. I won't die that easily even if something happens. And you'd come right away if something did, right? Well, sure, but I'd be dead by then. Also, I won't die that easily if something happens. Yeah, but that's because of your freaking sheath. Nothing dangerous is gonna happen. Definitely not. There's gonna be no issues whatsoever. Har, har, har.
当然だ。人の身でサーバントを出し抜けるものか。
Of course not. A human cannot outwit a servant. That's not true. Just because servants are great fighters doesn't mean they're good tacticians. Especially like someone like Berserker. I think a human can definitely outwit a servant, and you're one who's good at it. And even if that wasn't true, you have other servants, you freaking frick.
エミヤシロ、お前のサーバントはどうも過保護すぎるようだな。
Shiro, it seems your servant's an excessive warrior. Oh, or rather, she is a warrior, but she's also a warrior. Well, it's only since last night when we slept together, but shh, I won't tell you that.
あんたもあんまり挑発しないでくれ。
Don't provoke her too much. She's in the Shiro sexual mode.
とにかく話を聞く。セイバーは奥に下がってもらうから、それでいいだろう。
I'll listen to you. I'll have Saber stay away, so it's enough, right? For something that was supposed to just be a quick chat, this is going on for a while.
いや、ここでは気が乗らん。セイバーに襲われた時、逃げ道がないからな。
I do not feel like talking here. There's no way to run if Saber attacks me. What, you're gonna bring me to the frickin' church anyway? No way! If it's something quick, you can tell me without us getting bajillion meters away from Saber. I mean, I'm not gonna... There's no way Shiro purposely walks into that trap. I guess he does, and that's how he dies. But I mean, come on, that's so dumb, Shiro. That's so dumb. It hasn't even happened yet, and I'm sure it's going to. And Shiro, don't be that dumb.
確か中庭があったはずだ。あそこならセイバーが乱心しても数秒は逃げられる。それだけの間があれば
There should be a courtyard. I can at least run for a few seconds there, even if Saber goes mad. You can stop her in that time with your command spell. I mean, she's not going to, but sure.
いいぜ。けど、そんなことは絶対に起こらない。
Fine, but that won't happen. She's a good girl sometimes.
サイバー、縁側で待機していてくれ。何かあったらすぐに呼ぶ。
Stay by my car, the porch. No, I know what porch he means, but you know, jokes. I'll call for you if something happens.
はい。マスターがそう言うのなら。
If you say so, master. Okay, scene transition.
ここならよしだ。見晴らしもいい。屋敷の作りも把握できる。
This place is good. This is an open space and I can see the mansion clearly. Alright, now that I'm sure we're gonna die pretty soon, it's probably coming, but still gotta pee. So, this is looking like it's going to be a fairly short session, probably. But since this should be the last Tiger Dojo, but this ending is going on for a little bit, so who knows quite how long it'll go for. My stream is still doing great, hasn't really been any issues. There were only a couple drop frames in my pre-stream. There's been no drop frames in the regular stream. Just a bunch of chat room derpage, which is still grinding my gears, but whatever, I'll deal with it. Let's load up our intermission so I can pee and all that jazz. Where were we? This place is good. This is an open space and I can see the mansion clearly. A perfect place to kill you. Yes. Ellipsis. I move about 2 meters away, so I don't get killed. Good on you, Shira. You're still gonna get killed, though. It's hard to hear when he speaks softly, but I can react to anything this way no matter what he does. Assuming he does it.
ね、分かったことって何なんだ、琴峰。
If they're really gonna drag it out, and it's not gonna be short and sweet, they might actually just have the reveal here. Well, they can't have the full reveal. They can have the reveal that Kira's a dick without fully saying why, and still have the reveal that Lancer is his servant. It'll be less impactful, I feel, though. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it. What'd you find out, Kira?
ああ、その前に一つ確認したいことがあるのだが。
Oh, I'd like to confirm one thing with you before that. And what is that? A big smile full of compassion. The priest takes one slow step toward me. Oh gosh. I'd like to confirm that I am your arch nemesis.
朝は留守にしてすまなかった。そら、これはお前の忘れ物だ。
What did I forget? What did I forget? Oh no, why did I forget? What's the scary man talking about? I'm sorry I was away this morning. Here, you forgot this. What's he gonna show me? Could it be something that Rin actually did because Rin's already killed? Maybe he has Rin's severed head. A thump. He throws something into the grass. Sound of the boundary field. Oh, okay, it's Lancer Archer coming in. Wait, is that like a person? A person in a body bag? Looks like the skeletal structure. Is he throwing one of the kid orphans at me? The alarm goes off. Oh, that's right, that alarm they set off a while ago. Which will alert them that someone's there, but not necessarily stop someone, because it's not the greatest boundary field. So yeah, it's either Lancer or Archer it's gonna be. The boundary field father put up. The alarm that reacts to intruders with malicious intent is going off?
騒ぎの元はランサーだ。目的があって屋敷に押し入ったのだろう。
Because you told him to. You're his master. Lancer is the cause of the disturbance. He must have entered this place with some reason in mind. I can't hear the priest's words too well. The thing he threw at my feet. I can't take my mind off it since it looks like it can only be the corpse of a small child. Uh-oh!
セイバーが迎え撃ったか。室内ではあれの本領は発揮できん。イリアス・ピールをさらうにはもう一手必要だ。
Ah, you're gonna drop that on us. Because you know that Ilya is the vessel as the... You're not trying to hide that you as the prompter know Ilya as the vessel. I suppose you don't think that needs to be hidden, because you were really thrown off when you realized that we didn't realize. You assumed we knew anyways. So Saber went to meet the enemy. He cannot fight with full power inside the building. The enemy would need one more move to kidnap Eliasville. The thing that looked like a child's corpse isn't a corpse. It's alive. Oh, really? We're gonna have this revelation in the bad ending? It's in such a miserable state I want to look away. But the child is alive. The face is completely unrecognizable, so why? Uh-huh. So even if I didn't go downstairs, you went on your way to show me. You really wanted me to know this. You're like, I was just about to close it up. This was good timing. You were gonna show me either way. Oh, what a great little douchebag you are. Oh, did you stab me? You just gave me an instant to recognize and then stabbed me? You're like, you could have gotten the full time to recognize if you just went down to the church like a good little boy like you were supposed to. Nani? A sharp, heavy object pierces my heart from behind. Lancer?
人のみでサーバントを出し抜くことはできない。
A human can outwit a servant. Okay. But you're a liar, because you're the one pulling the Lancer strings.
当然だな。サーバントを出し抜くのは
I don't agree with that at all.
やはりサーバントのみだろうよ。
I feel like in terms of strength, sure, but in terms of intelligence, humans and servants I think are on basically the same level, theoretically. And you're one who's a cut above the jib. Whereas she is a bit of a cut below the jib, especially at this point, pre-character, you know, realization. Only servants can outwit other servants. I don't care about the priest's scornful laughter. I don't mind that my heart has been pierced and I'm spewing out blood from my mouth. Nande! What fills my body is wonder. Why do I recognize a corpse that isn't even human anymore? Okay, they leave it a little ambiguous. They leave it very ambiguous. Alright, I think I like the way they wrapped that. Although the way Kirai was talking was as if he was in league with Lancer. Then again, it didn't have to be Lancer. It could have been Archer. They didn't make the reveal there. Because we know Archer uses Gabolg, which is smart of the writers. Alright. Alright, okay. Oh, you kind of sung that a little bit. Hi! Are you all doing well? Well, we just died, but sure.
人間誰しも怖いことは嫌だよね。だからちょっとひよっただけなのに何の因果か地獄の虜。
You're trapped in the hell of constantly running away from the truth. That is your own personal hell, Shiro. Are you all doing well? I'm sure everyone hates scary places. You decide to wait and see. It turns out you're trapped in hell.
気がつけば騙し討ちされているあなたを慰める Q&A コーナー。タイガー道場の時間です。
It's time for the Tiger Dojo, the Q&A corner to comfort those of you who suffer surprise attacks. Well, thank you, I guess.
ただいま屋敷ではセイバーちゃんとランサーが戦っております。
Right now, Saber-chan and Lance are duking it out in the mansion. I mean, it seems like it. And yet, someone killed me from behind, right? So, it's probably Lancer. I guess it could be Gilgamesh with his Gabolg. Because there's two servants, so one of them could have been fighting Saber. The other one, he probably said, oh, looks must have been Lancer came in. Might have been Gilgamesh. He might have been fighting Saber. They might have both came in. But no, they shouldn't be working together. I don't know. Something like that. Oh, also, oh, you mean it's actually happening right now? I can hear it. That's what that is. Okay. Hey, look, Lancer got his fight. Good for him.
弟子1号はとっ捕まったみたいだし、シローは庭で死んでるし、もうこの屋敷の風紀はどうなっているのか。
Oh, suddenly it's almost realistic. Except, you know, you shouldn't be here instead of the hospital. My senior student was captured and Shiro's dead in the yard. What is with the morals in this place? My senior student's captured. Oh, so, just Eliasville, no Taiga in the last one. Just Taiga, no Eliasville in this one? I guess that's fitting to an extent.
昨今の若者はルールがなっていなくて、お姉ちゃん悲しいな。
Kids these days are so rude, it makes me sad. And Rin definitely 100% died off screen. Okay. Based on what we know about future events, she had to have died off screen.
さて、クライマックスを直前にしてデッドしちゃった君。
Well, now, for you who died right before the climax.
君子危うきに近寄らずはいい言葉だけど、世の中避けてばかりじゃゴールにはたどり着けないのだ。
Men of virtue avoid danger is a good phrase, but you cannot reach the goal if you keep avoiding things. A lot of these choices feel, from a strategical standpoint, they feel kind of irrelevant. It's just more about what sends the narrative on the more interesting path. rather than making a smart choice to live. There will occasionally be some choices. There are some fight choices, I guess, once you're actually in the midst of fight, that you have to actually make the smart strategical choice to win. But when you're out of fights, a lot of the time, it's less about being smart and more about what would make for a more interesting narrative. Pick that choice. And less what is smarter from strategical perspective. And just how happens that if you pick the choice that leads to a more boring narrative, they find some way to kill you, even if it would, in theory, you had a reason why it would be smarter. Which isn't necessarily a problem now that I'm used to it. But, me and my gritty fightiness is like, no, but I want to be a cool fighter.
選択肢に戻って自爆覚悟で教会の闇に挑むべし
Go back to the choice and challenge the darkness of the church, ready to die! Yes, and you die by Saber's hand. I already did.
物語は本当にクライマックス直前
Story really is almost at the climax.
長かった夜ももうじき明けようとしています
The long night's about to end. Still haven't seen the final season of Game of Thrones. So up to season 7. I liked all the seasons except for season 7. Then season 7, I'm like, this is iffy. And so I still haven't gotten around to watching the last one. Partially because I've heard it's, not the best, but...
セーバーちゃんの願いは果たされるのか
Will Saber-chan's wish come true? Well, no, because it's a bad wish and it shouldn't come true.
シローが隠し持つ心の歪みとは何なのか
Oh, you're admitting it! What is the distortion hidden in Shiro's mind? Well, I mean, I guess it is kind of the crux of the climax of this pathway, so...
そして立ちはだかる英雄王を倒す手段は
Is there a way to defeat the King of Heroes? Yeah, with a Deus Ex, a Deus Ex Avalon. I mean, there is very, very slight hinting for it, but it's so slight that with how long this novel is, it's, it's like finding a needle in the haystack in terms of remembering things for foreshadowing-wise.
次回最終話
Spoilers?
ユートピア
Next episode, Utopia.
ここまで来たらノンブレーキでエンディングまで駆け抜けちゃってほしいな
You come this far, so I want you to go straight to the ending without stopping. Cool. So, I believe that should basically wrap up, unless I'm mistaken, all of the Tiger Dojos for the initial first playthrough, to my understanding. However, there's some clear differentiations in a couple of things. We did it, boys! That's right, we did it. We're good boys. We're doing things. So there's a couple of things I want to look into. So, first thing, I'm going to end on the Rin thing, and there's one other thing I'm curious about. So, before Gilly shows up, we did this choice wrong, and that killed us. And then we did this choice wrong, and that killed us. What about this? Where we either go with Ilya or not. I'm assuming this leads to a same Saber killing us ending, but I never chose it, so I'm curious. I'm assuming that's what'll happen, but let's find out. Dash dash. I take the wooden sword I keep in the living room. Tosaka and Saber seem to be waiting for you to make a move. Let's Saber take care of Castor, protect the other two here. I want to stay with, Ilya and Rin. I'll let Saber take care of Castor. There are no servants left that can beat Saber. Honk honk. And most importantly, Saber has a huge advantage over Castor. Honk honk. Saber has strong magic resistance, so she is the ultimate natural enemy of Castor and Magus. Honk honk.
Saber, 行ってもらえるか
Saber, can you go?
はいキャスターならば私一人で行くべきでしょう
Yes, I should go alone if it's Castor. Now, I'm assuming this ends the same way, but there's probably slight differentiation until then, right? I assume we still run into the skeletons?
シローの判断は正しい
Your judgment is correct. I mean, no, it's not, because it's going to be a bad ending, but you know.
よしここは俺たちだけで持ちこたえるセイバーはキャスターを倒すことだけに専念してくれ
Alright, we'll defend this place. You can concentrate on beating Castor. Why would Castor attack Saber, her natural enemy, on their territory? Exactly! I mean, Castor's the one who came to us, you dummy, Shiro. I hear a strange sound. It's the skeletons! Is it the sound of Saber slashing away Castor's familiars in the hallway?
まだ増える。20、30、40。ちょっと、いくら雑魚だって言ってもこれじゃ。
They're increasing. 20, 30, 40. 20, 30, 40. Even if they're weak, there's too many.
問題ないわ。 竜河兵なんて模造品で竜の化身であるセイバーを倒せるはずがないもの、こんなの何百体いようとセイバーの敵じゃないわ。
That's a tidbit. It's no problem at all. Ilya with her overconfidence. Because she knows all about Castor's stuff, I'm pretty sure. Maybe she doesn't know specifically about the dagger, though. Or maybe she does and doesn't think it's an issue, in which case she's wrong. Really didn't do her research on Castor? Is that true? I feel like she seems to know about these skeletons, though. There's no way some fake dragon warrior will be able to beat the incarnation of the dragon. Even 100 of them would be no match for Saber. Fake dragon warrior. Are you saying that Castor, the Castor we have, is some kind of dragon warrior? I wouldn't be surprised. We don't know that much about Castor, but Ilya, I think, knows about everyone except for Archer to an extent. Except for the archers. The sound moves off into the distance. Perhaps they were slashed away by Saber, but the presence around the place is lessening. If she did know about the dagger, I assume she would be a lot more worried. Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe the dagger is the one thing that, slipped her research. The important part. Ellipses. As Ilya said, it seems Castor's familiars can't stop Saber. They must not be entering the living room because they have their hands full of Saber. I assumed they would have entered. I thought they were going to be really aggro. So it's just they're never going to enter and then Saber's going to come kill us? So it's just an extended version of the other bad end? I guess that makes sense.
さすがね。セイバー、キャスターを見つけたわ。
It's okay, at this point I think it's going to start looping. Just like her, Saber found
キャスタ
Castor.
ーのやつ、急いで使い魔を引き戻してるけど。
Castor's quickly...
これで終わりかな。
Alright, that's all it is. Ilya's words are true, the battle will end soon. Saber won't lose in a one-on-one fight. Saber has no...
浮かない顔ね。すぐ
そういう遠さかだって。
Yeah, this is... Now it's looping. Alright.
ちょっとうまくいきすぎてるから。
Alright. No need to fall through. This is what I expected, but I was curious if they maybe had a little bit more of maybe actually fighting the Scullies, and we don't. So, alright. In that case, the only other thing I'm curious about is the Rin Diversions. So we have this here, but first let's go and actually say yes to Rin, just to make sure it's super fresh in my mind what the differences are.
エミヤくん
Here's my response. Alright, let's cooperate. No, don't skip it. The whole point of me watching is because I forget some of the nuances. There's no choice from the start. There are too many things. Blah, blah, blah.
わかった。
Yeah, okay.
決まりね。
It's decided. I see. It's how it'll be, huh? And yet you keep staying allies afterwards. You're the one who recommends. Until we beat Berserker. And then you're like, oh, even though Archer's gone and Berserker's gone, I'm still going to be your ally. Because you fell deeply in love with me. And you also like me a lot as a friend. There's that too. I think it's from both angles. Bit perplexed. The instant I feel Tosaka's soft hand, I realize she's a girl. That's right, because you shake her hand. In comparison, my hand covered in scratches from messing around with stuff is ill-suited. Hubba hubba. Down, Shiro. This is the Saber pathway. The instant I think so, I pull back embarrassed.
何どうしたの？やっぱり私と協力するの？
いや、そんなんじゃない。父さんと協力し合えるの。
Oh, she figured out, yeah. After making a puzzled face. She makes a malicious expression.
なんだよ。
I'll take with her grief if you say something stupid.
あなた、女の子の手を握るの初めてだったんでし
Is
ょ
it the first time you've held a girl's hand? Enemy waifu alert. Uh-huh.
なんだ、顔が広いように見えて白っては奥手なんだ。
I mean, just because a guy has a lot of... Even if they have a lot of guy friends, that doesn't mean they necessarily... Even if they have girlfriends, not girlfriends, but girlfriends, doesn't mean they've, shaking hands, that's a big step. I think for some people it is a big step. Depends on if you're introverted or extroverted, I think. You're actually shy, Shiro. It's not that, but... Okay, I'm just embarrassed because it was Tosaka. I can never say such a thing, and certainly I've never touched a girl so strongly before. I've never touched them. You'll definitely touch Saber more strongly in future. Fujine is an exception. She's not a girl. She's more like a mother or a big sister. More like someone from a different planet than from a different sex. Has a girl that cooks, cleans, and wakes him up. Yeah. That would be Sakura. And yet... He's never really, I guess because he thinks of her more as, like, think he thinks of Sakura more as like the sisterly type because he wants to, because he's good friends with her brother. Good friends, quote unquote. Sakura crying in the background. Yeah. Because, you know, it's like, I've never gotten so close to a girl. Sakura. But Sakura doesn't count because, you know, I'm good friends with a brother, so she's practically my sister. Hold on. Wasn't there something weird in that, what you just said?
聞いてた通
Show your
り
feelings,
本
your
当通り
face.
出るのね。ま
What
あ
did she
今
say?
のは追求しないであげましょう。変につっついて意地を張られても困るし。
You seem to have a lot of friends. Oh, Ren's already knows a lot about him. That's why. Because she researched into Sakura because, you know, because the Mato family used to be a prominent mage family, but now they're not. Her research already failed her in that she didn't realize Shinji was a master, but I think it double failed her, and Sakura's got something weird going on, I'm assuming.
じゃあまずは手付金。
I'll give you this, think of it as proof of our alliance. And this one she gives the book. A book on the table. It's just like a diary, there's no title, it's wine red. The color seems to suit Tosaka.
私の父さんの持ち物だ
Since I
けど、
don't need it
もうい
anymore.
らない。
Uh-huh. Eyes tell me to take a look. Sumimasen, I open to a random page, then. Yeah, okay. It's the same thing, it's just, Saber is the one who just imparts it into my head in the other pathway. Whereas here, you get it from the book. Which is interesting, that in one you get a book and the other you don't. I feel like the one where you don't get a book is more useful because you don't need to waste time reading a stupid book. I guess it pops into your head regardless. The book can cause it or the servant can cause it. Now does Rin try to explain to me? What is this?
各サー
It's
バ
the
ントの
status
能
of the
力は
servants. We
よ。
already know the Holy Grail War. First of all,
まず、
so, okay. Yeah.
口寄せとかこう。
So she gives me the same spiel versus Saber giving it to me. I wonder if this affects... No, it's not till day 7. Theoretically, it would up Saber's points if you chose to turn Rin away. I would think so, though. If they didn't tell me that only from day 7 forward, I would have been pretty positive that telling Rin to fuck off would have upped her points. I mean, unless this leads... telling her to fuck off leads to a bad end, but it doesn't because we got all the bad ends, right? So I don't know. That's why Saber's Saber!
そういうこと。
Hide
英
their
霊たち
identity,
は
right?
正体を。
Mhm.
で、ランス、
Yeah,
アーチ、
okay.
ライ、
Skip. What happens after this
聖
scene?
杯戦争のたびに、これ、それも生前な英霊はか。
I
存
guess
在
to
が
solidify their presence, even if they've forgotten it
じゃあ
unknown.
多くの人が知っている英雄で
間違いなく。そうい何しろ、
Uh-huh.
信
Because
頼
he's
の英霊たちは。
crazy.
登坂その
Noble Phantasm, Final Smashes.
You might
Saber
have
gets
known
3,
someone
even though she's the one who's like, at most a servant might have 2.
それが
The
奇跡を
liar.
願う。
I granted she didn't have it on her person. That's where it gets weird. That's where it gets weird, is that she didn't have the Noble Phantasm on her person, and yet she was still somehow able to... That's where it gets really weird for me personally. She had 2 Noble Phantasms, and she could access, you know... She has one, like, Final Smash that comes with her when she's summoned from the Grail. And yet, I guess it's because she's a real girl. And yet, when Shiro takes this sheath that was not summoned from the Grail, that's just been preserved for all of time, and gives it to Saber, this Grail-summoned Saber, she's able to use the real sheath when she's theoretically... I guess she's the real Saber, but, like, if the Grail is, you know, in theory, making some amount of duplicate, right? Because, you know, there's 2 Gabolgs, for example. One goes to Lancer, one goes to Archer. So it's not just taking the one copy and giving it to them. Instead, it's got to be cloning to an extent. And yet, despite that, Saber can take this real sheath, and despite the fact that she's fake to an extent, even though she's real, she is kind of fake, and use that and apply that and suddenly make it a Final Smash, despite the fact that she didn't have it incorporated initially into her moveset? That feels weird, because I don't think she ever would have been able to do that in her time, because it feels like their powers are elevated by the Grail, right? So her even having this Final Smash should be a Grail thing, and yet she gets it despite not initially having it. That feels like a weird combo. Rennie, Saber's the most powerful servant, and she's real OP, and everyone loves her. Yeah, but it, like... That just seems weird when I think about it like that. How does she use the sheath in her Final Smash? That would have been better foreshadowed if there was a time earlier on where a servant potentially incorporated something that wasn't, if we could understand that maybe something that was used to summon them, or something they weren't summoned from with the Grail, could actually influence their powers as a servant, because I don't feel that that was made clear at all. The fact that she could use that sheath as an actual final smash, it's not even just the fact that it has a final smash. That in itself I don't think was fully set up, but or only barely slightly. But the fact that she can use it despite being a servant separated from the sheath for so long that wasn't summoned with her is something I don't think that was at all set up, that I think should have been in some way by showing like, oh yeah, a servant can totally make use of this kind of stuff and turn it into an epic awesome weapon. Because I don't think that was really made clear to us beyond, I guess the only extent would be Berserker making that random axe sword just of stuff from the temple, but that wasn't really, I don't think, extrapolated on enough to make that clear, and it certainly wasn't his noble phantasm. I feel like if they had done that earlier than Saber pulling Avalon out and being like, it's a final smash, bitch! That could have been better. Anyways, a powerful magic item.
そうそう、ぶっちゃけけれどそこに宝具を操る英霊は何しろ伝説上に最強の源、ともかくこれで無敵じゃないはず。サーバントの戦いは
つまり英霊であるサーバントは、
ええ、
Mm-hmm.
原則として
One hero can only hold
一
one,
人の英霊が
but some can
持
hold
てるの
two,
は
and Saber's
一つの宝
special,
具
so
だ
she
けと
gets
され、
three.
大抵は剣とか槍
She doesn't start with her third, though.
中国に破山剣ってあるじゃない。一振りしかでき
I
ない
see
け
that
ど、
face. I see it,
そ
Shiro,
の
best
一振りで
girl.
山をも立つっていう魔術品。もっとも宝具、
武器の名前を口にするだけで。
あのね、英雄と負け。
なるほど。
Certainly that's true. Naruhodo. Something like being Ireland's child of light. Uh-huh. Servants are separate in the class, but okay, skip past this scene now.
以上でサーバント
That
に
includes lecture on servants. You
詳し
should
いこ
learn
と
the
は
details
その
if you
本を
read
見れ
that
ばわ
book.
かるから、一息ついたら
Have
目を通しな
time.
さい。
Saying that Tosaka stands up. So where's this go from here? Saber is the artist's self-insert. Well, does that explain? Does that mean that the artist somehow won a fight in their youth when they had to Deus Ex shield? Deus Ex Sheath Machina. Deus Ex Sheathina.
さて、それじゃあ私は戻るけど。
Well, then I'm heading home. Okay. I think that is how they're going to merge, because she heads home. He's not expecting her to actually move in with them. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's what I predicted a while ago if it wasn't going to be a bad end. And now I'm sure it's not a bad end, so that's exactly what's going to happen. She's going home, gets her things, comes back, and we're like, and then as we're training, I think, it's like, what? I didn't realize you were actually going to live with me. And I think that's going to happen anyways, even when you say no. Because when you say no, you don't really full say no. You just say, oh, I think I have to wait for Saber to agree or not. And so she's going to come back and say, oh, I just wanted to see if Saber would agree. And then Saber will agree or something. And then it'll converge from there. That has to be what's happening. Yeah, thanks. I look up at Tosaka who's about to leave.
協力関係になったからって
Even
間
though
違
we're
わないでね。
cooperating.
私だから。
It'd be easier if, yep, sure. She says that, trying to partially say that to herself, I'm sure. Clearly stating her position, Tosaka goes home. Do not skip this scene. Is it because Tosaka went home, my tension disappeared? My body feels dull, so I lay down in the living room. I stave off the returning nausea by lying on my side. The clock ticks in the silent living room. When do we see Saber again?
マスター同士の
Fight between masters. I still don't understand what it is. The only thing I'm sure of is that it's beyond me. I'd feel more real if I had more interest in the Holy
な
Grail.
ぜだろ
Why, I wonder?
う。聖杯には
Disgust, right. Because all you can think about is turning back time as your wish if you had it, but you don't want to do that. The Grail said to make wishes come true. What kind of thing it is, but it's an artifact that can even summon things called servants. It might not go as far as granting any wish, but it should have more than enough value for any magus. Still, I'm not interested in it. It's true that I'm dubious about it, but accepting that easy way to reach a goal, it feels like cheating.
それに選定方法
Selection method. Fight for a single chair, no matter what your expectations are. As long as you enter it, you can't survive unless you defeat your enemies. And depending on your methods, defeating other masters might result in harm to innocent people. That's why. Yoro! Yes. My reasons for fighting is to not to win the Holy Grail. Mm-hmm. Right. is to stop that or try to win it by any means possible. Okay, when do we see Saber again? Feel dizzy again? It's only natural. Even if it appears to be back to normal, my body was almost split in half. There's no way that sickness will go away. It seems blah, 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 blah. Because I was almost killed 3 times in a day. If someone weak joins a battle, it's natural for them to get hurt. As compensation for my I almost lost my body. Sure. And she was wounded protecting me. Dash, dash. I get up. Yeah, that's right, Saber. What am I doing? I totally forgot about her because Tosaka was here. No, I unconsciously avoided thinking about her. Coward. I've been avoiding recalling a girl who was wounded because of me, the one that was bleeding miserably because of me. The most important thing? I pull my resting body together and stand up. Tosaka didn't say anything about Saber. She said she and Saber brought me here, but she said nothing more. In fact, I need to know, but if she's wounded or blah, blah, blah. Okay. Gah! I look through the house, bearing the dizziness. I look around with someone could be. All the guest rooms I cannot find Saber. She's in her outfit. You think it'd be easy, but she's not in that outfit. Right. Clad Saber. Tosaka said servants can become spirits. I can't do that. Because you're not a servant. You can't make her. Well, also, she's a special servant. I don't understand. It's like a new soldier. The lucky thing is this tank is an autopilot, blah, blah, blah. Angry at my thoughts, I hit my hand against the wall. Head and hand. How rotten to me, I'm stupid. I apologize to the blonde-haired girl in my head. I feel like I have to find her and comfort her safety. Interesting that he refuses to call her Saber in his head. He just calls her blonde-haired girl. He's still thinking of her, even at this point. He's starting to think of her because he thought she was beautiful the moment he saw her. He's thinking of her as blonde-haired girl, as a girl, instead of thinking of her as Saber, because that feels like he's just trying to mold her into being a spirit, and he doesn't want her to be a spirit, even this early on. I searched throughout the house. It's a big house, but I didn't play hide and seek here with Fujine as a kid for nothing. Yeah. I haven't found her after searching this much time. She said she'd protect me, so I don't think she'd leave this place. You're wrong. She's in the dojo. I see. Come to think of it, there's another large building. Okay. A bit tense. Makes me realize the inconsistency. Even though I know nothing about her, I want her to stay. Forever. Good news. I think I've sort of gotten used to the annoying chat interruptions. We're probably going to be done streaming pretty soon because we're not starting the second pathway today. But it's at least good that by the end of it, I think I'm kind of used to it, even though I'm going to try to do something to deal with it by tomorrow anyways. But, you know, funny how that works. A whited floored room with nothing unnecessary. A dojo built only to train oneself in a silent place in the faint sunlight. She's sitting there naturally, right? Okay, spaceful tranquility. Sunlight shining in his white. Okay, so how does this start? Because she's not going to be splaining to us. The girl who approached about to be killed by Lancer, and that girl meaning blah blah blah. Her golden hair that was reflecting the blue moonlight is now one with the warm sunlight. That's just dash. That really makes me remember. This is exactly what I felt when I first saw her. Blah 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 blah. Overwhelmed her opponent. I wasn't surprised by how out of world that scene was. It doesn't matter what she's wearing. It probably will blah blah blah. The girl that moved me deeply is in front of me. Blah, blah, blah. This is why I forget even to breathe and continue to stare at her. Forgetting about Masters, the Holy Grail War, and everything. In this instance, I have completely accepted Saber. I do not know how long it was. Saber opens her eyes if awakened from sleep. My disappointed voice echoes. Yeah, I just want to watch you creepily for a few more hours. Saber stands up, perhaps noticing the sound. So where does this go? Walk towards just not knowing what to say. You're awake, Shiro, a calm voice. Her voice echoing through the dojo's permitting, surprisingly bada. Yeah, I just got up. I answer with a dull head. Seem pale, you're feeling ill? No, I feel really good. I quickly step back to get away from Saber. Ellipses. Looking away from Saber, who is tilting her head questioningly, I calm down my bone, pounding heart. Calm down, what am I so tense about? I take a deep breath, but it doesn't seem to die down quickly. In fact, I don't think it ever will. Jeez, why is she change? Right, because I liked you were prettier in your armor. She's wearing normal clothes, completely unlike her armor. It's rather unexpected, and I'm troubled by it. She's terribly beautiful. I liked it more when you were in your armor because you were less pretty, and so I wasn't as distracted by me and my pervy mind.
Shiro.
Tense up the moment our eyes meet, but I didn't look for her to not talk to her. Trouble, but I can't say
セイバーだったよな。
First time we sit down and talk, but make up my mind. What do you say? And then,
シロ
for there's something I would like to tell you about. And it rips for right. She's gonna say I'm stupid.
ですから
But last
シロは
night, you're
私のマスター
stupid. Saber says so clearly. That makes my vanish. What do you mean?
その
Yeah.
時は私が死ぬ
Then
だ
I
け
would
で
have
しょ
died. Simple as that. She's speaking so practically that don't be stupid. You can't be dying. I gotta save a girl because I'm a hero. Maybe she was surprised at being yelled at, but she pauses for a moment as if done something unexpected, and then she stares at me with indescribable dignity. I back up a bit, being stared at. Her look makes me realize that I've said something really out of place and it embarrasses me.
ともかく、うちまで運んでくれたのは助かった。それに関しては、
In the other pathway, she thanks me for thanking her, because she's like, I see you're still honorable.
それはどうもサーバントがマスターを守護するのは当たり前ですが、
Yes, this was the
感謝
same.
をされるのは
But you
嬉し
don't
い
give me the servant spiel.
いや、
Because Rin gave that
別
to
に
me.
礼儀
More importantly, there's something I need to clarify. It's something I should have asked after I got home yesterday, if she's really my servant, and if she's to be
話を戻すぞ。セイバー
Yes, since I formed our contract, your enemies I'll protect you. Saber says so. There's no room for question. Come my sword to win the Holy Grail. Is that what you've seen?
違う。
No, I summoned you, but he didn't summon you. I can't say it was by pure accident. It was because you had a freaking circle that you didn't even summon by freaking purpose. I'm not crazy. I'm gonna rewatch the little beginning of the prologue on stream for sure. Before I maybe before I end today's stream. I don't know, because I know I'm not crazy, but I want to reconfirm that I'm not crazy. There was a damn circle that he had nothing to do with, and it never got brought up in this pathway. She just appeared when I was in danger and saved me with her own decision. The result of the situation we were in, I became Saber's master, and I was dragging this thing called the Holy Grail. No, I'm just an amateur magus who was dragging this battle beyond my abilities. What circle? Shut the fuck up, Wise. I'm not crazy. It's been forever, but I remember it clearly. Well, actually, I don't remember it clearly, but I remember remembering it clearly. That's why I'm gonna double, triple check after this, before we end the stream for the day. I had to convince myself that I have to fight. I can't complain now. I shake my head lightly and stop whining. That's it. I said I'll fight, so I can't even talk about running away. This will be the last. No matter how this decision I get. Shiro? Oh, it's nothing. It's safe. There's only one small chance we I don't have the powers of.
それは戦う意志が
I have the will. I think it's wrong for someone to get hurt in my place, even though I'm weak making Saber fight, and can't stand letting a scene like that happen again.
私のマスターはあなたです
That's true. So I don't think Shiro really brings up the Saber you can't fight until a little later. I should try my best not to burden it too much. Shiro, I'm your master?
ですが
I'm
シ
not
ロ
allowed to defeat from a
あなたに
master.
賞賛がなければ
No chance of
私
victory.
が
I'll
使い
make one for you.
可能である全ての手段を用いて
Thank you. To obtain the Holy Grail. And this is when I bring up, right, that I don't have a true wish. So that still happens. That happens in the other pathway too. Right, I think so.
また、セイバー、可能であるすべての手段。
I cannot finish. What was he saying? Oh, that's not what I wanted. For example, attacking people to gain... yeah. Right, okay. He's just being like, you're not going to be a bitch, right? Saber's looking at me like I'm an
シ
enemy.
ロ私が許す行為しかできないですが
I must obey
マ
if
ス
you
タ
order
ー
in
が
that
命じ
case.
るのであれば従うしか
I am overwhelmed by her angered voice. I don't know, maybe this wasn't in the other pathway, actually. I don't know if she got to this. I don't think I even asked her to this in the other one. Or if I did, then I'm stupid, but whatever. I'm happy and relieved. Her lack of doubt gave her the image of a cold fighting machine.
そんなことは絶対に
I
さ
won't
せな
let
い
you.。
セイバーの言う通り、俺たちはできる範囲で何とかするしかないからな。
I jumped to hasty conclusion.
私もマスターの意図
Sorry, I apologize. I realized it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're sorry. I'm sorry that you're sorry about me being sorry. I'm sorry that you're sorry about me being sorry about you being sorry about me being sorry. And she smiles. Aww. Well, I'm glad she's smiling, so I won't ask her about it.
できる範囲で何とかするって言っただろ。
Okay, this has to be new. As one measure, I've decided to cooperate with Kozaka for a while. Remember Archer's master.
リンですか
You mean Rin, I see.
そうです
Intelligent choice.
確かにそれは賢明な判断ですシローがマスターとして成熟するまで
Is it?
彼女には教わるものがある
I
でしょ
thought at the time she thought it was a bad choice. I guess I'm remembering wrong. Maybe it was because I initially used the command spell to stop her from killing Rin. No, I didn't even use the command spell. No, because I used the first one against Berserker and the second one No, I used the first one Rider, second one Berserker, third one to kill the thing. So I didn't even use the command spell. But I remember her being a little mad at me, like, we should not hesitate to kill enemies. And then afterwards, I'm like, well, let's make a truce. And now she's not mad. I feel like she'd be a little mad. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I remember her being mad. She must have been mad earlier on, and she's fine now. I don't know. Thank God. If Saber agrees, I can proudly cooperate with Tosaka. The only thing I need to ask you right now is... Oh, fuck. I mean, I don't care. Oh, the clothes. I went back and loaded this choice earlier. Which heroine is Saber? Is she alright? I didn't ask you about the clothes. I just asked if she was alright. I don't know. Which one of these haven't I done yet? I don't know. Which heroine is Saber? Okay, this is new dialogue because it's not giving me a skip option. That's the one I didn't pick. Cool. It'd be about Saber's real name.
Saber, 遠坂に教えてもらったんだが、サーバントは英霊を召喚して刺激する魔術なんだろう。
Saber, I heard this from Tosaka already, but servants are magics that summon heroic spirits, right?
なら、セイバーはセイバーっていうクラス名じゃない本当の名前があるんだ
You
よ。
have a real name that's not your class name, Saber, right? In the other pathway, I never get this choice. In the other pathway, she's just like, I'm not going to tell you because you're stupid. And Shiro agreed. So, I'm assuming she's going to say that anyways, though. She's going to say that to me, that I'm stupid.
はい。セイバーというのはこの時代における私の存在意義を表すものです。
Yes, the name Saber
シロのような
represents
個人を示す名称ではありません。
why I'm here in this time. It is not a name to represent my real identity.
そっか。なら、セイバーは本当はなんて言うんだ
Then what is your real name?
遠坂は自分のサーバントがどこの英雄なのか知っておかないと戦いにならないって言ってた。
Tosaka said it wouldn't be a battle unless I knew my own servant's real name. Servants are heroic spirits. Yes. Their identities are heroes famous in every age. They hide their identities and their scope of their power with their class names. A servant's real name is something that should be kept hidden, but it is also something the master must know. Because if one does not know which hero or the servant is, he does not know the servant's potential. Master and servant are one, except you're a dumb master who doesn't deserve to know, you dummy. They won't be able to fight fully if one keeps a secret from the other. They shouldn't be able to fight fully, but...
シロ、その件なのですが。
Shiro, about that matter. I'm sorry, but excuse me, but you are the dumb.
召喚されたサーバントはまずマスターに神名を告げなくてはならない。
You mean you won't? It's not you can't. You can.
私は果たすこと
And
が
later
で
you
きません。
do. Sees Archer forget his name? I mean, Archer probably did later on give her his name because I'm assuming he got all his memories back when he first saw Saber. And of course, that's when we cut away, so we never got to find out. But I'm pretty sure that happened. That's how he had his noble phantasms to use against Berserker. A summoned servant must immediately inform the master their true name, but I cannot fulfill that oath.
セイバー、制約を果たせないってどうして
Saber, why can't you fulfill this oath?
私なりに考えた結果です。いかにシロが私の神名を隠そうとしても。
Cause you're stupid and suck as a master, and I can't risk it, you stupid sucky.
シロの魔術抵抗はそう
Okay, this we've already seen before, so it must have looped around to this even if you don't choose this.
精神それを警戒してシロの知識
Yeah. I see, that's right, I am stupid. Good point. Inform the master is the normal master. Even if I knew Saber's real name, I wouldn't be able to do anything because I'm stupid.
そういう
Alright.
ことなら
そう言ってもらえる
Helps
と
to
助か
say
ります。
that. Saber murmurs in regret. That's a bit unexpected. Saber has some human
いい
characteristics.
んじゃないか
Trump is a
切り札
Trump
は隠
because
して
it's
おいて
hidden.
こそ切り札だろ
Is Trump really hidden? I don't think
マスタ
Trump
ーが
wants to be
このだ
hidden.
からさセイバーが工夫しようとしているのは
Trump's too
わかるよ
busy playing Hearthstone. Aha! 2 Trump references in one.
それとバーサーカーだけど
He's unfair. He's a dirty cheater. Most of them are
セイバー
dirty
が落ち
cheaters.
込むことはないし
I think every servant's a dirty cheater in some way.
俺から見たらセイバーは全然
Yeah, all
そう
right.
ですね。
Uh-huh. You're right.
昨
Suffered
夜は
defeat
不幸
last
と言い
night.
ましたが傷が癒えれば
What did
違
he
った
say?
結果になるでしょう。
There's nothing to be ashamed of. From my point of view, you aren't inferior. You had that big wound, yet you were exchanging blows straight on. Also, though, he can die like several times. He can never die the same way twice. Though he can die multiple deaths in one death from the same thing, which is bullshit. Whatever. Hopefully, in other pathways, he has better, cooler deaths. I hope so. I give my empty response and look away. That was a surprise attack. When she smiles, Saber is... And then I hear a sound. This is Rin showing up. This is when the pathways unite, I guess? I turn around wondering what it was. There is Tosaka with a big bag at her feet. Hold on, make a save here, because I'm guessing this is where they combined. Overwrite this because I never used this. Alright, so now this is where they like combined and stuff. So go back to this one now. I'm pretty sure that's where they combined. That's my guess at the moment. This is Fujimura. So how long have we been in this room together, just hanging out? Let's use the faucet, for example. Yeah, this faucet example we never got in the other pathway. So food will be your only source of energy. Or if we did, it wasn't until later. I feel like we skipped it, though. I don't know. If you say, "Oh, master, I'll obey. My goal is the Holy Grail. Even if your goal is to stop the conflict or destination are the same." But Shiro, Demo-sa... Right, okay. And then it goes into the faucet example. We skip breakfast and it's noon already. Decide to eat lunch. Food will be our only source of energy. Servants of physical. So she gets extra food in this pathway, it seems. Extra meal. I ask her after cleaning up our meal. How will I explain this? Bad faucet analogy. Later rarely occurs. And use a cup. Blah, blah, blah. And then it goes to the phone call. Man, there's a luxury you can't afford. Correct. That's right. So, okay. And the other one, I don't know if she made it clear to me that you can't use the old phantasm. But here, it's like, yeah, we can't use it because of bad faucet analogies. But also because you're not giving me any energy. Though I guess she kind of sort of leaves that part out. I think she just says, because you suck as a magus, I don't get much. But really, it's, nah, you don't get any. And maybe they made that clear. Well, I don't think they made that clear in the other pathway. Maybe they make it clear here. Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay. I place the teapot. She frowns. Then the phone rings. I have to... Hello, this is Emmy. Oh, Fujimura. Ellipses. I feel dizzy. She's the strongest in one regard. She simply discards all the chaotic events that happened since last night, and I feel like it's just a normal day.
なんだよ。断っておくけど、俺は暇じゃないぞ、藤根。
Sorry, but I'm busy right now, Fujine. Get a projection of her. What? I'm busy too. I gave up my day off to teach my students. You mean me? Am I the one you're trying to teach on your day off? What? That grin. It sure is strange. I feel like Fujine is right in front of me, puffing with pride. Yeah, we got a little glimpse of her too.
そうか。なら世間話をしている場合じゃないな。こっちには火事も泥棒もサーカスも来てないから安心して部活動に励んでくれ。
I see, then I guess this isn't the time to be chit-chatting. There are no robbers or fires, so you can rest assured and go back to your club. Go back to her club? Oh, wait, you mean she's been doing some... Oh, does that mean Shiro knows she does some dirty stuff on her days off? She goes in club. That sounds like... Club, do you mean like kendo club or archery club? Because I think, is she the head of the archery club? I don't remember if she's the teacher for the archery club. They might mean that, like, you know, PG club. But my mind is dirty, so I went to, like, strip club. I tried to cut off our conversation. No robbers or fires. Shiro, why does your mind always go to fires? Hold on, I'm calling you, so it'd be terrible if you hang up without hearing me out. Okay. Stop bonking me, Wise. Horny's gonna horn. I've been in trouble since last night. Won't do any good to tell her that. Right. It'll be terrible. Oh, you'd think she'd say, you'll be in trouble. To go inside with him saying he'll be in trouble. But yeah, I mean, or he is in trouble. I guess she's in a little trouble right now, too. Fine. What do you want? Tiger's great. I'm not a delivery service. Calls on the phone. I'm hungry and I'm craving your food. It's an emergency. Give me your food, Shiro. I want to eat lunch, Shiro. How about that sweet omelet you make? Hang up immediately. That's the only response, Shiro. Hang up right now. Ellipses. That'll be it for my order. I want it delivered to the archery range right away. Bye! What I want is to see him actually deliver it, because I'd love to see more interactions. Food Grail War. See more interactions at the archery range. You know, speak more with Ayako and stuff. But I don't think it's going to happen, because I think those pathways are meant to converge, and I think that would be too different. Jeez, what's up with that teacher? She's great. Taiga's great. Haven't seen her in a while in the actual pathway, only in the Tiger Dojo. And look, she's great in the Tiger Dojo, but I think I might even like her even more in the main game. She's great either way. She's great. Her and Elio work good as, I think, co-pranksters to an extent.
Yeah, I guess it can't be helped. I guess beasts go wild when they get hungry. I put on the apron I just took off. Are you actually going to bring it to the art range? Because that would be a big difference, wouldn't it? We have leftovers from lunch, and the omelets will be easy to make. Oh, fuck. How? Oh, God. What? Really? Really? We're gonna go to the range? I thought Rin was gonna meet us back, and then they converge. Okay, we gotta keep going with this until there's gotta be a converge point, right? I'm done. Saber, can you watch the house for a bit? I'll only be gone for a while. I'd be certain this was leading to a bad end if we hadn't gotten all the Tiger Dojos already, as far as I can tell. Unless they're gonna jump ahead and be like, this is the 15th one somehow. Can you watch the house for a bit? I'll only be gone for a while. Watch it for a bit? Usually a while is longer than a bit for me personally, but you know. I carry Fujine's box lunch and go out into the hallway. This is actually another pathway. But I didn't think pathways could work that way, because I thought I had to... Okay. Saber follows me for some reason. Okay, sure. I put on my shoes. Is she following me to the archery range? This is so different. When I look next to me, Saber is there putting her own shoes on. This did not happen to the other one. She never went to the archery range and hanged out with them. He never went there, right? Because wasn't it like they were always trying to get him to go back because he was such a good archer, and he never did? And so he's going back, and Tiger caught him with the food? Because this phone call never comes. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Cancel. This one. Why so different? Hold on, I'm losing my mind here. So it's still different. Hold on, load up this one. Or maybe this is the longest bad end ever and we just randomly die on the final day after the war ends. It's Tosaka with a big bag at her feet. Skip all this. Where do we go here? We don't ever go to the range, right? It doesn't happen. Living in my house, that's what cooperation means. I can't speak. What happens after this? What's the next thing? Where's my room? Tosaka's an idol at my school. Rin backstabs Shiro. Maybe Rin kills me at the school and that's my bad end. But it can't be because there's no more room for bad ends. That's what I would expect, is that Rin's like, you don't team up with me? Then I'm gonna fucking kill you, bitch. But there's no room for a Tiger Dojo there. What? Not moving. Saber makes a difficult face. Uh-huh. Ellipses, why? Why are the two looking silently at me? Like, oh, because I'm like, girls don't ba-ba-da. I'm in more trouble even if you say that. What are you thinking? Are you two really girls? And Saber's like, am I a girl? Oh, that's right. Rin's like, no, he'd treat them like humans. Saber is a special human, though. Trust the enemy wife. Truly the enemy wife. My mouth about to protest stops. Weird feeling I had. Actually, I figured out. Hold on. Keep going, keep going. Right, I made a big thing here. Like, oh, he called you by your name before she wasn't doing that. Which means now she's like, oh, they're super close. She's willing to let herself into Shiro's ball sack. Skip, go. Right. I did not say he did not want it. Oh, this is when Saber's like, we gotta sleep in the same room.
シロ、もう一度。
And then Shiro's like, no, you gotta be next door, not the same room.
そうじゃなくて。
そのように
Later, she would have found it more giggity. But of course, later would have been later, so they can't be the now. Alright, skip. What happens in the next scene? I want to know. Astounding, her actions are so selfish, you see her off with blank amazement. What's next in this version? We return to the main building. First of all, I should show her around the house so she can choose her own room. The Japanese, the blacks, the blah 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 blah. I explain as I walk. Saber follows me. Okay, she's choosing her room.
屋敷の見取りはいい。
俺の部屋はこっち。
Room is this way. It's a hard knock life. Is it? Why? Wait, what? I'm dropping. Anyways, the map of this house is fine. It's fine. Where's Shiro's room? Yeah, okay. Alright.
では、
Please guide me. Talk to me. So she doesn't want to test someone overhear us. Yeah, it seems like the phone call isn't here. Shiro's room. Surprise.
いえ、びっくりさせるようなものがない。
セイバーを騙して。
Alright.
そうですか。意外でした。シロはもっと雑多な人となりだと思っていましたから。
Okay, let's switch back then. I put on my shoes. When I look next to me, Saber coming with me is also smart, by the way. She should come with me. Saber is there putting her shoes on.
セイバ
Saber! Saber. I called to her timidly. Well, I know she's gonna say, but I have to ask her.
外出するのなら同伴します。
That's right. I
サー
forgot.
バントはマス
This
タ
is
ー
new
を守る
stuff.
ものですから。
I'm skipping it,
シロ一人で外を歩
but
か
I'm
せるのは
not
危
skipping
険
it.
です。
Subconsciously, I'm like, skip it. This is the same shit. You've seen this. I haven't seen this. I don't think. I called to her timidly. Well, I know what she's going to say, but I have to ask her. Well, I shall accompany you if you're going outside. Servants protect their masters. It's too dangerous to let you walk outside alone. I feel like we do have a talk like this in the normal pathway anyways. We have it later on. I thought so. She was going to say it when I went to school. To be fair, I'm still going to school, but to the club. This is something I have to tell her eventually. This is a good time, so I'll tell her now. You need to come with me and pretend to be like a transfer student at my school so we can be close together, is what I should be saying.
セイバー。マスターってのは人目につくことを避けるんだろなら昼間は安全だよ。
I can't let the Grail War interfere with my day-to-day life.
あっちから仕掛けてくることはない。
Masters try to avoid getting attention, right? Then daytime should be a safe time. They won't attack me unless I go to an isolated place. Liar.
それは承知しています。ですが万が一ということもあ
I'm
る。
aware of that fact, but there could be exceptions.
シロはまだ未
In
熟ですから
experience, I should be very sad. This
四
actually
六
does
時
feel
中
kind
共
of
にいな
repetitive
ければ
now.
ならないでしょう。
Our side constantly. I feel like we do have this talk, but just in a different light. What? Does she mean she'll be with me all the time? You idiot, I can't do that.
大体な、ずっと一緒にいるって、それじゃ寝るときはどうするんだよ。
Technically, sleep hasn't come up yet. That's true. First of all, what will we do when I go to sleep? Okay, so sleep comes up here in this pathway. I feel like we do have this talk, but this talk would theoretically come after the sleep talk in the other pathway. Constantly. She will be all the time?
シロは私を試しているのですか。睡眠中など最も警護すべき対象です。
Are you testing me, Shiro?
シロのそばで私も待機しますが。
That is the time that requires the most attention. I should be on standby right next to you. Whoa! I hide my blushing face and take a huge breath to calm myself down. And are you okay with it in this pathway, Shiro? Because then I might actually think you really are leading towards a bad ending. Dash, dash. Damn, how stupid of me. I finally realized this important fact. This is what it means to fight alongside her.
シロ、どうしたのです。そこまで驚くことはないでしょう。昨夜リンが行ったことを私がするだけの
What is
話じゃな
wrong,
いで
Shiro?
すか。
I did not think it should surprise you. I just think that it is just that I shall be doing as Rin did last night. Oh, Rin was binding me last night? Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, I mean, yeah, because I was injured pretty bad, so she was taking care of me. But that was different because she was taking care of me? Is that what Shiro's gonna fire back with? Ellipses! Don't kid me, I'll go crazy before I even fight if you do that.
ダメだ、そんなの。セイバーにはちゃんと部屋を用意するから、そこを使ってくれ。
I can't allow that. I'll prepare your room so you can sleep there. Ellipses. Ugh. I won't give in even if you look at me like that.
シロ、いい加減にしてほしい。大抵の矛盾は我慢してきましたが、これは譲歩できない。あなたの方針はマスターとして間違いだらけだ。理由を聞かなければ従い
My
ません。
reasoning is because I like to run away from the truth and ignore the things that I don't like to admit are correct and bad. Please stop this nonsense, Shiro. I've tolerated most of your contradictions, but I cannot compromise on this. Your plan is full of mistakes as a master. I cannot obey you unless you explain your reasoning. Saber looks up at me. She's putting pressure on me, but I stare back at her.
理由なんてない。いいか、おとなしくしてろって言ってるんだ。昼間は大丈夫なんだから。
Wow.
セイバーは
There's no way
休
she
んで
could
いればい
agree
い
with
だろ。
that. I don't have a reason. I'm telling you to just do so. Of course he doesn't have reasons. He only has reasons about what not to do when he's being smart about not doing them because he's dumb. He can't have reasons to do them because he's dumb. Dumb. It's safe during the daytime, so go ahead and rest.
断ります。
I refuse.
明確な理由を聞かなければ、
I cannot obey you
私も引き下がります。
unless you give me a clear reason.
こんなわかんないやつだな。
You don't
セ
get
イ
it,
バー
huh?
は女の子なんだから。
You're a
同じ
girl.
部屋でなんか寝れるわけ
There's
ない
no way I
だ
can
ろ。
sleep in the same room as you. Saber freezes.
ともかく帰ってきたら部屋を用意するから。
Anyway, I'm gonna prepare your
それ
room
ま
when I
で
come
休ん
home.
でいてくれ。
Rest until then. She's still not gonna come with me. Maybe that will mean I goes to a bad. That can't be a bad end because there's no Tiger Dojos. Oh. I run out of the door. Jeez, am I a kid or something? I feel like I want to skip through it, but I also don't want to skip through it. It's weird. I run outside and slap my blushing face. Well, anyway, Saber should understand since I told her so firmly. I'll apologize for yelling at her after I come home. Okay. I go down the hill. It takes about 30 minutes to go to the school on foot. I don't have to hurry, but I'm walking quickly right now. The reason being... She's following you, of course. The girl walking silently behind me. Ellipses. She'll follow me to school if I don't do anything. I have to clearly tell her right here.
セイバー、家で待っていてくれって言っただろ。
Saber, I told you to wait at the house. You won't obey your master? No, she won't. Oh, you can't talk to her coy like that. You have to be serious and straightforward and give her real good reasons. Which I know you don't have, but make something up. I stop and turn to her. After glaring at me...
さあ、サーバントがマスターの指示に従わないということは、おそらく聞こえなかったのでしょう。
Suddenly she has bad hearing. Who knows? If a servant is not following its master's order, it must mean the servant did not hear the master. Speak louder. She turns away from me. I ignore Saber and go down the hill. Behind me, Saber is there, silently putting pressure on me.
いい加減戻れ。これ以上ついてこられると迷惑だって。
Go home
はっきり言わなくちゃ
now.
わからないのか?
Do I have to tell you that it's annoying to have you following me? I glare at the girl who is walking exactly 5 meters behind me. Dash, 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 dash. Glare. And she's glaring back. I don't know what her problem is, but I'm just met with silent defiance. What do you mean you don't know what her problem is? What's your problem? You can't just let your servant stay near. I know, because you're so like, she's a hot girl before she's a servant, but that doesn't mean you can't have both. You can't be like, she's also a servant. I know, that's when you're like, I can't let you fight. I have to do the fighting, which was really dumb and stuff, but like, come on. You're not that dumb. You're only pretending to be that dumb. Jeez. I have no idea what she's so mad about. Yes, you do, you liar. I'm sure she's just obstinate.
そうかよ。じゃあ好きにしろ。
Fine, do what you want. I ignore Saber and walk on. If you're really ignoring her, we wouldn't keep having these cutaways. I go up the hill leading to school. This town has lots of hills, but this one is especially long. The school on top of the hill is high enough to be able to see everything in this town. It's a bit past 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Because wasn't it past 2 o'clock in the other timeline around this time? I think. Which means maybe we can still meet up there? Fortunately, I don't see any students around. It's Sunday, so I bet most people in the clubs are still resting after eating their lunch. Oh, fuck. Really? That fixed it? Hold on, I just realized I haven't had the welcome back to the chat room, welcome back to the chat room, welcome back to the chat room bullshit ever since my internet dipped and came back. What?
Wait, now I'm second guessing myself. So what was causing that? Just an unstable connection that was fixed by the dip? But it wasn't unstable, my connection was fine. What? I got so used to it that I didn't realize for a little bit when it wasn't happening. Okay, well it stopped. I don't know why it stopped or how it stopped. I mean, I think I know how it stopped. Whatever. Internet is weird. I don't understand contraptions. What? What was causing it in the first place? Ah. Alright. It's Sunday, so I bet most people in the clubs are still resting after eating their lunch. That's good. I still shouldn't go any further, not with her around. I sigh and give up. Dash. I turn around. When I stop, Saber comes up to me and glares. Wise, you're like a fate master, right? She never actually follows me to school, does she? This is like a unique thing. If she does, it's definitely in a different order, and it doesn't happen in this same order. But I don't believe she ever actually follows me to school like this in the main pathway. No, she doesn't. Okay, it's unique. I thought so. It does feel unique. It's dumb that she never actually follows you ever. It's like she should. Only when you go on the date, really. Which she should, so it's like she's being smarter in this pathway. It's interesting. It's the Saber path, and yet it's arguably saying yes to the deal is the Rin choice. Even though it's, no matter what, it's the Saber path. Even though I picked the Rin choice, I still am the Saber path, which doubly goes to show that your choices don't matter, I guess. It's always going to be Saber. And it's surprising to me that this doesn't affect Saber's affection, because apparently not until day 7 does it affect. This feels like hardcore it would give Saber points. It's weird. We're clearly bonding more with Saber now because of this. Enemy waifu. When I stop, Saber comes up to me and glares. She looks even more angry, as if I've been ignoring her this whole time.
Saber.
Yes.
なんでしょう。好きにしていいということでしたが。
What is it? I believe you told me to do as I wish.
都合のいいことだけ聞くんだな、お前は。
So you can only hear the things that are convenient for you, huh? I love that. That's great. With the servant being like, servants, you know, if they don't hear their masters, but it's like, oh, but I heard that part. Sure, you're not as dumb as you seem. Of course she's not. I've seen the end of the pathway, so I know he's not.
当然です。私はサーバントですから。
Of course.
ミスミスマスターを危険にさらすわけにはいきません。
I'm a servant, so I cannot allow my master to be in danger. She's more absent in this pathway, maybe because Rin wasn't around. And when Rin was around, she was more willing to give in because it was awkward to fight back. But here, where it's more one-on-one and personal, she's more willing to dig her heels and be like, nuh-uh, bitch. Maybe.
わかった。俺の負けだ。諦めたから一緒に学校まで行こう。そうすれば
Really?
お前だって学校が安全だってわかるだろうしさ。
I thought for sure she'd turn back here. Holy fuck. Alright, you win. I give up. Let's go to school together. You should understand the school is a safe place if you go there. Okay, hold on. We gotta make a fucking save in that case. Hold on. Hold on. How far does this go? She actually goes to the school? That's crazy.